Oh, well, hello there, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome to Ravnica, the Broken Pact, one of the many Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica shows here on twitch.tv/DND, presented to you by twitch.tv/Saving Throw Show. I am your Guildmaster, Ruben Bressler, and these fine citizens are my players. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Jordan Pridgeon, and I am playing Astaroth, the Minotaur Fighter, because I said it wrong last time. Astaroth is a member of the Boros Legion, and I forgot my dice in my car, and instead of going to get them, I've just put together a selection of wonderful Boros-colored dice.
Smart.
To show my devotion to
I
my
like that you
guild.
went out of your way to make sure your hand was holding them up so you couldn't see them.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I was trying to, like, drop them between them, but
Yeah.
I don't know what the...
It is hard with the angle you are, because if you tilt it, you're going to spill it in front of them. Like that just happened.
That almost went into my Bartles and James fuzzy navel.
You're drinking
Yeah,
too?
tonight's episode is brought to you by Bartles and James. Bartles and
not.
James flavored malt beverage.
not.
It's
Don't
not.
buy them.
They're not a sponsor.
They're not great. They're
We're
not a sponsor.
We are not responsible for the actions of those under
No,
the
they're
influence
pretty.
of Bartles
They're
and
not
James.
great.
I am Riley Silverman. I, of course, play Velma Sweet, the half-elf bard who is a member of the Demir Guild infiltrating the Orzhov Guild. And this, of course, is Arthur, my kitty cat. Which was a gift that Ruben got as his gifts when he went to India, and I just realized I had it in my little gaming pouch, so I'm like, I'm gonna make it Arthur.
Awesome.
And that's all that I have to say at this particular moment in time.
Okay. Hi, I'm Garv Galati, and I'm playing Lucian Ladrian, an Azorius arrester at this point of the Azorius Senate. That's all I have to say about that at this time.
We might ask further questions later, though.
Okay.
Hey
Okay,
everyone,
but make sure you fill the form out.
I'm Ashlyn, and I am playing a Luxodon cleric from the Selesnian Conclave.
Are you a Luxodon cleric, or are you perhaps a hybrid?
What are these made of, huh?
So I'm a Luxodon cleric / Simic hybrid, we found out.
Big
You
surprise!
already knew that information.
Literally,
That's
actually,
right.
quite a big reveal.
It was
quite
awesome.
Yeah, it was actually huge.
She didn't know that.
Yeah.
She didn't know the whole story.
As someone who
Yeah.
played a lying character last season, it was a big surprise.
Now hold on. What's
You
your
were
character
lying?
named?
Oh yeah, and my character's name is Tutu.
Tutu are you? Tutu are you?
Ah.
Right.
Alright, two are you.
Two,
Several
are you
names.
engaged?
Excellent. Thank you for joining us, everybody. As we get started here, I want to start out by thanking Saving Throw Show Productions and benevolent overlord Dom Zook for all of the hard work. Please go back and check out Saving Throw Show Spring Break, which was this past weekend. 12 hours of streaming, or more than that, like 16 hours of streaming
Ish,
game
yeah,
content.
15 to 16, yeah.
Hence
from
us
this past
having
weekend.
all these extra wine coolers.
Extra wine coolers.
Barf.
Every wine cooler
Also,
is an
Wizards of
extra
the
wine
Coast and
cooler.
Magic the Gathering. Just previous to this show was the season finale and perhaps series finale of By Law and Order, which is another of our... This was our Ravnica block, #Ravnica block, of TV shows. And Kathleen and Serge and Ian and Ben and Cam. If any of y'all are in Los Angeles and want to bring back any of your characters, feel free to bring them by, because I'm sure that Lucian. Wait, hold on. How's the voice go? Lucian and Enor would have a lot to talk about.
Who is this? What's
Enor is
Oh,
Ian's
cute
character.
little, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were doing the guy from the
I don't
the
sound
party
like that,
last week.
so...
And you and Molander, I think, would get along
gosh.
really well.
Oh, I thought you were doing the voice of the guy at the conclave at the Syndic last week.
Well, Molander's really all about the... Okay, enough of that.
Because their whole group was Azorius.
No,
right?
there are 2 Azorius, 1 Boros, 1 Celestia.
That's right.
So you guys would be all right.
That's
please
almost
use
a
it.
good
very
almost
similar.
a perfect
I know.
party.
Yeah, just one out.
They had an Azorius Rogue, which was awesome.
Ooh, cool.
So use the hashtag #TheBrokenPact_RPG to join in on all of the discussion everywhere. Please do join our Discord as well. We have a Discord here at Saving Throw Show. This week, I also want to give a quick shout out to the Magic Mike's Kickstarter. So I do a podcast called Magic Mike's. MICS, it's a pun, where we go over the week it was in Magic the Gathering. I don't think I have my thing near me, but, and we have a Kickstarter for the set review, the complete set review for War of the Spark, which is the next Magic the Gathering set. And we're trying to put together enough funds to have all the hosts fly down to Orlando, Florida, where one of the hosts has a studio, to record about 12 hours of Magic the Gathering content. We've hit our goal, but we would like to hit our stretch goal, which is getting guests, essentially. I think you did one? Did you end up
I did
doing
one for your last one for, what was that, Guilds of Ravnica?
For Guilds of Ravnica. And then you did one as well. It's your turn.
I'll do one.
You don't play Magic, so.
Never.
We'll do one. You can this art's cool.
Like,
Yeah.
This card looks
I mean, that's
neat.
basically what I did.
Yeah, so.
Riley, we
right.
should just like show you all the best art, and you can be like, "This
Right.
is exciting."
I like
That's
that
what we do
good art.
sometimes. And so
I like
please go check that out. I actually just got all of my Kickstarter rewards from the last Kickstarter we did.
Oh, cool. That's
And they
always
sent
something.
me another of our playmats, which I wanted to
Ooh.
show off our playmats again.
Wow.
Ooh,
That's
neat.
beautiful.
I know,
That's
and
awesome.
me I'm the squirrel wizard in this
Oh,
one.
that's cool. Magician's Code.
And I love these so much. And so we just got new tokens where I am a potato because my internet is not great. But I'm a plant token, so you can go and check those out. So please do check out Magic Mike's. That's MAGICMICSCAST on Twitter. And this week I want to thank Alex Ward for lending me some cool Dwarven Forge for the map for this week, which you'll see later. So thank you so much.
Sweet.
And with that, I think we can go to the intro. So if you all are ready, if there's no further follow-up questions, I think that we can dive down. Not down yet. Later we'll dive down. But we'll dive into the world of Ravnica here on The Broken Pact. Episode 16, Perilous Forays. The band of heroes known as the Mended Pact found themselves in a bit of a pickle last week as an awards show, hosted by the Simic, turned into a political fracas, exposing the players to the complicated world of Simic politics, thanks to extremists barring the doors and turning the event hall into a cage match, and unleashing one of the experiments upon the crowd. Fortunately, the crisis was defeated, ultimately being put down by the party's Celestnian Loxodon Tutoru. Or, as we learned in a surprise announcement from the head of the Guardian Project during the award ceremony, secret Simic hybrid, Tutu-RU. Tutoru's newly discovered mysterious origin sent a shockwave through the party, though the forced adaptation did explain her uniquely large ears that gave her the Manta Glide feature available to the Simic hybrids in the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, which is on sale now at your friendly local game store. It's cool. After the dust settled, the perpetrators of the attack left a clue for Tutoru in the form of a cuttlefish bone necklace that has no magical properties. So that's why there's no item card for it. It's just a nice necklace with like a hook on it. For when she gets curious about her past, or for when the party wants to go for a dip in Ravnica's deep end. But that was not the only revelation from the evening. Velma has a mysterious origin of her own, being somewhat older than she appears, also with murky parentage, neither of which are particularly polite dinner conversation, but she did then reveal that she had a brief history with Lucian's mother before they became Senator Ladrian and Miss Sweet. And finally, the party worked together on the carriage ride back to the generous Stray to try to deduce the identity of the Embermind Killer, the perpetrator of the mysterious magical murders that began more than 10,000 years ago, and reemerged with the slaying of Mookie the Dryad that began their adventure together. We begin this week, I believe, at the office of the Guildpact? ? We can briefly summarize your trip and what you've done in the meantime. If you have any business at the Stray or at your abodes, your personal housing.
Are we rested?
You will have, yes, you will have rested by this point, so get back half your hit dice if you've expended any. and then go back, get back all your spell slots. And I don't think you guys had any reason to not have all your hit dice. So go ahead and do that.
I actually lost health because of that. That's all right. Because I had that bonus
the
health.
temporary
Oh, right.
5, yeah.
Oh,
Sure,
right.
right.
Yeah, you guys returned home to the Generous Stray. It was Festival of the Guildpact Eve. There was a boomin' party happening. Before we get too much further, I would request that the folks who have new items briefly recap what those new items are for the audience. We'll start over there with you, Tutoru.
I have a conch horn. And when you blow into it or talk into it, it makes your voice sound really loud. But not really. When tell to mouth, spells with verbal components can be cast underwater. Whoa. I didn't read this yet.
Yeah.
Additionally, spell DCs of spell cast using the conch increase the spell DC by 1 when A, underwater, or B, on creatures in water or of the water.
Right. So if you cast it on fish, or if you cast it on water elementals, or if you can argue successfully to me that an animal is of the water, not of like, well, humans are like 70% water,
I
right?
mean-
We're not going to pull that one. I'm going to nix that one right in the bud. But in the water, of the water, any of that kind of thing, if you hold it up to your mouth as a horn, essentially, you can increase the spell DC of any of those spells.
Oh, cool.
And if you're completely submerged, you can still cast things like Healing Word, which requires a verbal component.
Until this moment, I did not realize that.
They themed for our items and made custom item cards for all of us
Yes.
with our item, which is really cool.
Real
So
cool.
thank you,
Pretty
Ruben,
neat.
for taking that extra
Yeah,
step.
Thank
for us.
you.
problem.
Yeah.
Also,
This
look
is-
how cool they look in the Ultra Pro thingy, too.
Right.
That was really cool.
This was a thing I had planned for a long time, and I finally went out and did it. So I'm very pleased that it's working.
These
so
are really
highly
neat.
recommend especially if you have a Magic or Ravnica campaign. There's a lot of cards that
Yeah.
have those names.
I mean, let's be real. There's a magic card for almost anything.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
This is literally conch horn,
right.
an artifact.
It's a common from Fallen Empires, so you might have a problem finding that one in your local comic book shop. But so you have a new item.
I have a new item. Actually, 2 of these are somewhat surprising to me.
So the
when did
Gruul-
I get these? I don't
So the
remember.
Gruul Charm is on the Worm's Tooth necklace.
Oh, neat.
The Worm's Tooth necklace is from your dad.
It's-
It was your mom's necklace.
That's the necklace that I was given when it was like, we've got to go. Here,
Correct.
take this.
You also
Kinda
have a blankie. You have a swaddle that
Right.
has no magical properties other than the fact that it is magical to you.
Yes.
Aww.
And that's what's most important, really.
Yeah.
Because magic is evil.
Home is the real.
No. So mine, I have Worm's Tooth, which is a Worm's Tooth necklace. It's a wondrous item, which requires attunement. Whoever wears this necklace of a Worm's Tooth gains the Natural Explorer Ranger class feature. Neat.
Ooh, that is cool.
Your favored terrain is considered A, Gruul territory, or B, simultaneously forested and mountainous terrain.
Oh.
So, anything that has both the forest and mountain basic land type.
And
is Gruul.
just like the conch horn, if you feel like arguing whether terrain is both, let me know.
Right. And then on it is a Groom Charm, which you can find in the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. But basically, it lets you cast Heroism or Thunderwave as like 3rd level spells. Or as a reaction, when you miss with a weapon attack, you can make another weapon attack against the target you missed.
Right.
The charm vanishes after you activate it.
And
Ooh,
you also have
that's cool.
you also have a Simic charm on your conch horn,
Yes.
which you don't have to go over what it does
Okay.
if you don't want to. But anyway, what is there anything that you wanted to briefly take care of before we move on to the events of what you're doing at the Chamber of the Guildpact?
So I received a message from what was the character's name?
Trivaz. Yes. So that is at the Guildpact.
Okay. Okay.
That'll be at the Guildpact.
Okay. Cool. I didn't know. I knew there was items involved with it. So
Indeed.
I wanted to. Okay.
Um,
Then I don't do anything.
So I have a question, and I can't remember if we talked about this last time. Aurelia
Yes.
is in charge of the Boros Guild now.
Indeed.
Is she like OG Boros? Would she have been there when the Guildpact was signed and
Roll
stuff?
for me a history check.
Okay. That I will do.
Roll it. No, just roll it.
Okay.
I was going to say at advantage, but you're not a studious gentleman.
No, and I got a 2.
Yeah, you
Oh,
don't know.
no.
It's angel stuff.
I know.
You probably would have recognized her if you were Razia, but you don't remember now that you're not Razia anymore. Like, you don't have that
Correct.
sense memory.
Yeah.
Right. And at the time, it was so easy to tell the difference between angels, and remembering it back,
And the
you're
plan-
like, how did I do that,
Right.
though?
And the plan, as far as I'm aware, is for you to go to try to talk to this person.
Yes.
So maybe you can ask her.
Right. Yeah.
Is that something I would have researched when I was looking to see who was there originally?
Sure. You can roll a history check for me.
Okay. I got a 4
Okay.
plus 5, so 9.
It's angel stuff.
Cool.
Tough to know.
Not my department.
What
I
about
have
when
a lot
I
of
was?
departments.
What about when I was researching fire and was reading angels?
You wouldn't. This would not have come up in that research. Knowing which angels were at the signing of the Guildpact would not come up in what are Firemane Angels.
Would Velma be able to look anything up, like in like the scribed notes that are at the Demir at
Again,
Denrovia?
this would probably not have been in those notes. I don't think so. So
Worth
you
a
all,
try.
yeah, of course.
What if I just pet Arthur a bunch and ask her? Would she tell me if
Would Arthur
Aurelia-
have known? Probably.
Give me an animal.
There's a
handling.
chance.
I have a good. I actually have good animal handling now because my wisdom increased.
Right.
I have a +3, which isn't that great, but still better than nothing.
So you all go to your office, your collective office. You have an office at the chamber of the Guildpact.
We haven't spent much time there yet.
You have
No, we
not.
haven't.
It is still quite barren.
Good reason.
There is a empty desk that is still lightly covered in a thin layer of disused dust. There is still an empty nameplate. There's no nameplate in it just yet. They haven't reassigned the room yet. However, in the mailbox, you do find... actually, you know what? In the small porthole above your door, you see a small drake. And in its mouth is a couple of letters and what appears to be a vial. And as you approach and are coming up to the door, it hops down into your office.
Oh, yeah. Dealing with an infestation of these things can be real trouble.
No,
Shoot!
no,
Shoot!
that's Travas's. That's theirs. That's
Oh.
their.
Just a messenger. I think we're okay.
Oh, all right.
So you walk into your office. It is still quite barren. A couple of chairs, empty bookshelves, and AJ, the tiny drake, is on the desk. And on the desk are two notes. One is addressed to Velma, which I've given you already.
Yes.
One is addressed to the party.
Yay.
And who wants it?
You're our letters guy.
I'm
And
Velma's too busy
there is a
decoding.
small, sort of unmarked vial attached to that note.
Yeah. So my note is a code, so I'm gonna go to like the desk and kind of sit decoding it while you read your note.
Thanks
I'll
to
drink the
Poisel.
vial just to like see what happens.
Yeah?
Right?
No, I have it.
No.
Yeah,
God.
and thanks to Poisels, thank you so much, Poisel, for actually
Mine.
coming up with this stuff. So this was
Ooh,
great.
cool.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Be-
Well, let's
Travaz is their Guildpact handler connection.
Yeah.
Liaison.
Liaison.
Yeah, liaison. Let's
So,
just
yeah.
pop this bad boy open. Let's see. All right. Lucian, Velma, Tuturu, Astaroth, thank you for letting me tag along on a little trip to Dead Reveler. It was most exhilarating. It's very nice getting to know you better on our adventure. Very exciting. That gentleman you met seemed a bit off, but you would know better than I. It's Elias. I greatly look forward to meeting you, Astaroth. I'm sure we'll hit it off too. Hooray to new friends. I don't know if I'd write hooray to inside of a letter that would be sent to the Guildpact, but that's just me. I wanted to let you know that if you have any need of my humble laboratory, that I can be of assistance. The items will take a day or two to craft, and I'm assuming that I get to write on the first try, no mess-ups. If you check in or leave a note with AJ, I should have them ready for you in a timely manner. I have a 4-day work week at the office. So I only have 3 days a week for tasks such as this. But we hit it off so well, I would love to be able to help you in any way I can. Here's what I can offer.
And then there's a table of, essentially, if you look up the Alchemist's Laboratory from I think it's from the Lost Laboratory of Qualish, there's stats for UA laboratory stuff. And essentially, you can spend a couple of days and some gold to have your friend Travaz make a check to see if they can craft a specific kind of vial for you.
Okay. Acid, Alchemist, Fire, Antitoxin, Smoke Stick, Tanglefoot Bag, Thunderstone.
Well, that could be useful.
So you guys can look those up later, and those will take the amount of days and the amount of gold required.
Arthur, don't taunt with Drake.
Oh, is Arthur with you?
Yeah.
It looks like while we were at the Dead
Start flying around the
Reveler,
room.
She's not hissing at it, but she's very, like, unsure of it and trying to figure out what to do with it.
they were gambling while we were at the Dead Reveler and managed to pick up a little money and have arranged to split that with us. So that's very generous.
That's very kind of
Huh.
you.
I mean, I'm not going to say no, but who splits their gambling wins?
I guess
Someone who has little need for money, I suppose.
I guess Travaz does. Yes, very
Yeah.
kind
So
of
the
them.
first vial is either on the house or half paid for. I think is what that.
Yes, 50 Xenos on our depending on what we want. So
Yeah.
one of these could be for two of them.
Out of game, if you recall, he nicked one of the platinum pieces. They've nicked one of the platinum pieces out of the safe.
So they gave me a vial, and all they told me and instructed to me was that it had a numbing sensation. Is there any information on the vial that gives me an idea of what it is or what it does?
You can make an Arcana check for me. That would be what I would recommend there.
That's going to be a 15.
You can hold on to this if you want. Yeah, that's all yours.
I don't know if you wanted that.
Nope, you're good. 15. This is essentially a potion of invisibility.
Oh, okay.
You do notice that it is not exactly a potion of invisibility.
Okay.
It will turn you invisible for an hour,
Okay.
but with a 15, you don't know what else it'll do.
Okay.
Fine.
So, AJ looks like it's remaining in the room for a reason, presumably to pick up paperwork. And so if you guys have any files you want to fill out and
I haven't
certificates you want to
Be
turn
fun
in,
to fill out some files, right?
so you can spend a couple of little while filling out your checkmark reached or checkpoint reached guild information. What are you doing about the belt? Are you leaving it here? Are you checking it in? Or are you not mentioning it?
I will probably send a letter with AJ to the Guildpact saying the details of what the item is, and that we're going to keep it as part of our investigation. So it will be here. If they need it for any reason, they can ask for it. But as of now, we will just hold on to it.
Cool. So you're going to keep it on your person.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds great.
After last time, heck yeah. Sure.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't want to be under another giant lizard monster without that ability to...
Look, having all you guys as magic is great and all, but it doesn't hurt to have a bit more muscle on the team.
I mean, it is technically magic, but you're right.
Sure.
Yes.
You are still cane bound, yes?
Yes.
Great. And so just keep all of that information in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you'd like to do while at the Chamber of the Guildpact?
So we ended the last session with something of a revelation.
Yes.
Yes.
That Feather, who we basically accused of doing or being involved with the
Murdering Mookie.
with murdering Mookie
And the original Embermind murders.
and with the original Embermind murders, and she basically was like not saying no to that.
She pleaded the fifth.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and also say, well, like I'm not a Firemane
Right.
anymore.
Now, that was interesting because she is a Firemane Angel.
Yeah.
So, and also was clearly sharing information with you that if she was trying to hide it...
Yeah, it was interesting because it was obvious. Like it's clear we are onto something. Like it seems like we've pretty much figured it out. So now, I mean, that's a big revelation for all of us. So I imagine we've discussed it at least a little bit.
Yeah. I would probably want to inform the Guildpact of our finding because I don't think she's connected to the Guildpact in any way, and I don't think she has. Maybe she does have some connections, but not more powerful than the Guildpact.
All right. Look, Blue. Think about this. I know that we work for the Guildpact now, and we got to tell people what's going on, but this could mean really bad things for Boros. And you know as much as any of us that keeping the balance between the guilds is pretty important.
I agree, but isn't it important for them to know this as well?
Yeah, of course.
If you'd like, you can tell them yourselves, but it's going to become public at some point.
Look, I think we at least need to take this to Aurelia or something, okay? There's got to be some sort of explanation.
To the war leader herself. If you think you can get an audience with her.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm more important than I used to be, but I never expected that I'd have to actually have a personal audience with her besides, her standing over certain ceremonies and stuff.
I've certainly tried waltzing in there before with Azorius badge in hand, and they always gave me a story and a runaround, so...
Look, well, I believe we have a more significant badge now than we did before.
I don't know if that'll change things.
All I'm saying is there's gotta be an explanation, okay? The Boros don't do things to trick people like that. That's not how we operate. Alright?
Leaders of most groups often operate on different wavelengths than the groups themselves do.
I think we're discovering that a lot of our guilds are hiding things that we didn't know about at first.
Look, things feel different in the Boros sometimes, okay? Our leaders, yeah, I know Mott Selesnya, she's like your god. Well, we don't... I mean, the Firemanes aren't our gods exactly, but there's a hint of that in there. All I'm saying is there must have been a better reason than we realized.
I think the reason is clear. I think that the murders happened and were solved in the way they were as a way of shoring up the rougher guilds to join the Guildpact.
Yeah, but putting a scapegoat out there and letting them take the fall, letting them be turned into stone for however many 1,000 years. That's not how the Boros operate. That's not justice. There's got to be something more to it. Look, I'm worried about what's going to happen when we bring this up with the higher-ups, because I frankly don't know if Aurelia even knows what happened here, and if she does, and it's not, and it's something that's hidden, it could be pretty dangerous, but I still think, even though we work for the Guildpact now, it's my duty as a member of the Legion that I've got to try and bring it to her.
I agree. I mean, Amara did say that the guilds themselves were at stake if this went public, as we were when we started our investigation, and we might be put in good faith with Aurelia if we come to her first before breaking the news to everyone else.
I'm certainly not a fan of shouting information and secrets from the rooftops if we can avoid it, so...
Well, that was never what I intend. Obviously the Guildpact would also keep it under wraps.
We don't know that.
Yes, we don't know that. Is Feather still in the Boros Legion, or is she just a Firemane Angel?
Right. So when you met her,
yeah,
she made mention of many facts, especially about her current position, which is that she's no longer affiliated with the Boros Legion.
Right. That's
she said that she is essentially on her own and has done work with. She said with the Boros or with Boros factions, but she. Also specifically, having done your research on the Boros Angels, that Aurelia deposed Feather. That she specifically said Feather was unfit to serve because of an unknown crime.
A lot of this stuff comes down to angel business.
Angel business. A lot of this stuff that you're trying to find out is angel business. # angel business that they don't share with even the rest of the Boros. So, yeah, you've become privy to some cliquish stuff.
Okay. Tutsuru, I want to ask how you're doing with this information. I know that Mookie's loss was very hard for you, and knowing that we unwillingly helped out his murderer, I know must be very troubling for you, and are you okay?
I will admit, I was really torn for a while with what happened, and coming to that conclusion of Feather possibly being the person who did that was really hard to believe at first. There's still a part of me that hopes that there is a good reason for this and that there is something more to this than we know. So I'm trying to hold on to that until we can figure out really what's happening before I jump to conclusions. But there's also a side of me that just really, really wants to. I don't know how to say it, but I want to hurt her for what she did.
Hey.
It is not an sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going just to say that the fires of vengeance for past wrongdoings is not a feeling that I am unfamiliar with. Can't say that I've always been proud of my actions as a result of it, and I think that any feelings you're having, any doubts or fears, please feel free to speak to us. We are, I can't believe I'm saying this, we are a team, and we are here for you.
Thank you.
You'll feel a small furry animal leaning up against your leg as you're saying this.
Oh, Arthur.
And then I'm petting my cat.
Right.
I'll give her little chin scratchies.
Arthur likes you.
Yeah, well, when vengeance has good reason, it's just called justice. So, if it comes down to it, I'll support you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, I don't want to like kill her or anything. That would be awful.
Oh
but
no,
like,
that's I don't even know if that's possible. I don't.
Of course, I definitely wasn't thinking that would be a thing we would do. No.
I kind of assumed it was on the table at least.
Oh no, I was being sarcastic.
Oh,
I
okay,
definitely
all
thought
right.
we were going to kill her.
Is it even possible to kill a Firemane Angel?
Oh yeah, I
good
mean,
question.
I don't know if I could do it personally, but yeah, they've been taken out in the past. I mean,
I keep forgetting my friggin' guild
Razia?
leader.
No,
Aurelia.
Aurelia.
No,
Aurelia.
Razia.
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 yeah, Razia was killed. It was a big thing. Not even too long ago in the big scheme of things.
And was that a one-on-one encounter or 100 against one?
I don't know many of the details. It's not the sort of thing that they teach you the specifics of how to kill Firemane Angels in the academy, but we know it can happen.
Well, then perhaps, as loath as I am to entrust the leader of any particular guild, mine included at times, maybe speaking to Aurelia is the best course of action, because if it does turn out that there needs to be dealt with in that way, having the support of someone who knows how to do it might be a benefit.
Yeah, look, Aurelia's real smart. I mean, she and Tajik, they keep things running smoothly. You know what? If there's anyone we can trust, it's them.
No?
AJ will return with a small information scroll with Guildpact knowledge or Guildpact symbology on it. Inside are notes on the Golgari Underrealm, where it was put forth that is probably your next guild-approved mission. It is recommended to you to take neither of the front entrances to the Underrealm on this particular business, as entering through Deadbridge would certainly attract attention from, as we've noticed, there are good guys and there are bad guys in every guild. And you don't know who exactly to trust in the Golgari, and so getting attention from them by going through Deadbridge and Roslod, like you went last time, maybe it won't work. Additionally, the other
ways.
Oh, fair enough. If you want to go down that way, then we can do it. The other entrance is through the Gore House, which is just up the street from the Dead Reveler. It is another popular happening nightclub, controlled by the Rakdos, and very similar to the layout of the Yawning Portal. For those of you who are big Dungeons and Dragons buffs, essentially,
Faeruniacs?
Yeah, what was that?
I said Faeruniacs.
Faeruniacs. I like that.
Dumb
Yeah.
joke.
So if you're
I made that up on the spot. That wasn't a real thing.
Now it is.
Yeah.
Right. If you're a big fan of Durnanology, then you'll know that there is a big pit in the middle of the Yawning Portal, and the rest of the club is on the side. Very similar to the layout of the Gore House, except for that the rest of the Gore House is essentially like circus. Like there's lots of trapeze and performance and fire wheeling and lots of that kind of stuff. And then in the middle is the Demon's Staircase, which is a spiral staircase that goes down into the Underrealm.
I was looking for Waterdeep Dragon Heist because it has a great map of the
Yeah, that's what I was looking for too.
Yeah.
I don't think I have it on me.
It's okay.
But it is recommended that you take neither of those entrances. Instead, there is a rarely used and typically unknown third entry point into the Undercity. And calling it an entry point is a bit generous, but it's the closest and least conspicuous entrance to Karazda. It is known as the Felden Pipe entrance. It's a high-traffic corpse chute between the 5th and the 6th District canals, used for quick and easy disposal of biological material. It's large enough to travel down for living beings as well, though the corpse haulers and the trolls at the bottom might be surprised to see a live traveler using the pipe. Marked by a massive carving of a stone beetle and the Golgari insignia above it, it is an officially recognized gate entrance into Golgari territory. And it is recommended that you use that as your point of entry.
Well, this note says that we should use a trash chute, which is preposterous. I would never do that, so we'll find a different way in, of course. Right?
I mean, I'm fine with the trash chute. Sounds pretty direct.
But
I grew up in Golgari territory. I'm not afraid of a little bit of trash.
surely my Selesnian friend will back me up
Yeah, there's dead things go down that.
all the time. Yeah, okay, good.
Death is part of life, Tuziru.
It's also
Yeah,
very
But
dirty
it's very smelly.
and very smelly.
How dare you?
You can take the girl out of the Golgari. As you make your way...
I was never a Golgari. I just grew up near them.
Fair enough.
My mom.
Hold
was
on
a
real quick. I want to do something
Yes.
else while we're in the office. Before we leave, I think we should leave the earrings that Feather gave us here.
Oh, I already got rid of mine.
You threw it away?
I put it somewhere safe.
Okay, that's fine.
Somewhere
I wouldn't be
generous
against destroying them, honestly, because I think they might be used to track us.
Look,
But
I think if we ever do need to get back in touch with Feather, for whatever reason, it'd be irresponsible to just completely get rid of him. Although I'm with you, I don't want him going around in my ear.
Roll for me a... What would this be? This would be an investigation, maybe?
Yeah. I'll take
And you would be the
investigation.
one who would be most familiar with this. So go ahead and roll investigation for me.
Okay, that's only going to be a 12.
Having seen this item so much, and also having another earring-like item, you definitely see similarities between these two items.
Okay. All right, so I think Velma, the second that she realized what was happening with Feather, like knew she was never going to wear that earring again. But she would. Okay, so the earring doesn't tend to work as well.
Make a
as,
Constitution saving throw on your Bartles and James.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead.
It
You'll
doesn't
always
work.
fail it.
It doesn't work as much as a standard Stone of Far speech, as much as it works as a bit of a telepathic communicator. So there is definitely some credence to the idea that she could have been tracking us in some way. But it also, if it's similar to the earring that I shouldn't be telling you about, you do have to be looking at the people who are wearing it, which means that if I don't know for certain, but it's possible that she was very near us while that conversation was happening and was aware of us. Is that what you're trying to get me to get to?
Essentially.
Okay, cool.
Thinking back
I
to
was, like,
earlier
talking
in
and
the
then I realized I had a
season,
character
you
or
do
whatever.
remember that there was a woman looking in the window at karaoke night.
Ooh.
When you went to the Dead Reveler, there was a large, hooded, cloaked woman who left right before you walked over to the High Limit room.
That one we pretty much figured out was her because
Yeah.
you described her exactly the same way you described her last
Sure
season.
did.
Which, ooh, and there was also a woman at the
I didn't figure that out
asylum. Well, you were
because I wasn't there.
you were learning about
right.
egresses.
Yes.
That's right, when we fought Pavlik.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
was a woman
someone
there.
fried the brain of Pavlik, so I mean.
You saw the face of that woman, though, right?
I
Or
thought I
did you
just
see
saw...
the face of that
There,
woman?
Lucian
Oh,
saw
yeah,
the girl. That was
Yeah.
a girl.
That was
Yeah.
the.
But there was someone outside, and that I think there was someone outside.
There was.
And that, well, we knew someone murdered Pavlik outside.
Yeah.
You knew someone
so.
murdered Pavlik outside. You didn't see any footprints, but you did see that there was some wind. That
There was
blew
one set
away
of
the
footprints because I was
Ah.
carrying them.
Good.
Right.
Well done.
Okay, well, we can leave it in a drawer for now and
Yeah.
come back to them if we need them, but I think
Sure.
that's the
Maybe
safe
we
bet
should
for now.
leave a note for Travaz about finding a way to block the transmission from these unless we want them to be used. Like some
That's
sort of
a-
Oh, that's a good
enchanted
idea.
case.
Sure, that's a good idea.
Yes.
I will make a note.
Hey, also, if that original murderer is still somewhere in the statue garden in Vraska's,
Is Vraska in charge now?
Yes.
Is that-
in Vraska's place, do we Want to try and bring something that'll let us talk with them or turn them back into a regular person?
I think that is a good idea to free a man that is pretty much presumed innocent at this point, but we need to have some evidence for that.
I believe speaking to Aurelia might help us clear some light on that subject, and if it is an innocent person, perhaps he was guilty of something else, and it was a convenient ploy.
Right. He might not know anything about the actual Embermind murderer, which we know now is Feather, but it is a good thing to let him free.
I would say that freeing someone who has been trapped in stone for 76,000 years could perhaps be dangerous without knowing what we're getting into. So that is something to be aware of, but we should also be very careful with it.
Well, worst case scenario, he's dead. Best case scenario, they're not dead.
There's a lot of worst case scenarios in that, but I understand yours.
Do you think he's aware of it the entire time, or do you think he'll like wake up and be like, wow, this is amazing, technology doesn't move at a very fast pace?
I'm saying there's some level of power, enchantment in there. We could be waking up a sleeping enemy of far more power than we're aware of, so...
Right, let's take some precaution there, you're right.
Yeah, especially if they were sentient the whole time, which would be awful. There's no telling what kind of state they would be in if we released them.
A sentient being in the middle of Golgari territory could have only imagined the amount of horrors that may have passed in front of his eyes. And the smell.
Let's hope they can't smell.
As you travel north along the Transguild Promenade, cutting over into the middle of the 4th precinct, where you find the Rokarik Pavilion, which is at the center of all of the Boros activity. You walk past the Horizon Military Academy, where you just recently had a little bit of training, and all of the various, very brutalist architecture of Sunhome.
It's practical.
Practical, exactly. Boxy is how others might phrase it, but
I hear form follows function.
that's right.
It's very Soviet Union-y.
It's very Soviet Union-y. Yeah, it looks a lot like the Boston City Hall, which is essentially just a big
building we all know
concrete
well, yeah.
box.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally
Well,
picture it.
Oh,
Well, whatever, you know. In any case, so you make
You guys
your
ever been
way.
to Butte, Montana, and checked out their city bank? It is fantastic.
oh man, what a good bank.
Butte Bank.
Well, you all make your way to.
Well, it's a city bank in Butte, Montana.
Right.
We have any more?
No,
We make our way
We'll find
to. well, you make
there's
your
gonna
way.
be more,
yeah,
but
of
not
course.
of this.
You make your way to Sunhome, the fortress of the Legion, a building that you are quite familiar with. And as such, as you approach it, Jordan Pridgeon, describe for me Sunhome.
I thought you were saying Jordan Pridgeon was outside
I
Sunhome.
know. I was like,
I was like, Jordan
what?
Pridgeon shows up. Whoa!
Jordan Pridgeon,
You're a planeswalker?
because this is your house.
Sunhome is when you see it from a distance, it seems somewhat plain. But as you get there, it has sort of a grandiosity to it. All these buildings that look kind of simple and square actually are larger than you realized coming up to it. And the lines are the like straightness and the power of the lines just create a very solid feel to all of it. There are Boros signets, like the Boros signs, that are just tall, like hundreds of feet high, all throughout the thing. It is a like temple to military order and discipline and power. There, as you go through things, as you go through the area, there are constantly fields which are set up so that they can do military drills, and there are always legions in clean rows, going through drills, doing their discipline. Everyone, when you're in Sunhome, you are in full uniform the entire time because you are representing the Legion. Everything about it is clean. It's kept very nice. It's very, like, brutalist is a very good way to put it. And everything has a very clear purpose as you go through. But it also, like, all the buildings are set up in such a way that when the sunlight goes behind them, it creates, like, almost a halo around it.
Yeah.
It just, like,
cool.
shoots out and makes very, like, strong, visible lines of light that come out of things.
Which are called
Guys.
angel staircases,
Yeah.
from what I understand.
Yes, and very much kind of represent the idea of like light coming out from the Boros signet.
Yep.
So,
May I make a suggestion before we arrive here? Do you still have your medal? Have you returned that already from the gala that we attended?
Oh, you mean the actual medal, or
and he pulls
The
out
actual
his
medal.
No, I think it's somewhere in the academy. That's where they
Oh.
keep most of the stuff.
It's a shame. If you were still wearing it when we approached, it could have been a good bargaining tool or just an impressive way of getting us inside faster.
Oh, he's of the Boros Legion. I don't think they're going to stop him.
I meant, you just told us you had a hard time getting in there.
I had a hard time speaking to Aurelia directly.
Right,
I can get inside. I just can't get anything done when I'm inside.
more important and more...
Look,
He's
it's-
more important to Boros than you are. I'm sorry to break that news to you, but
I
he is. He's
am
a
well
Wojak.
aware, and that's fine. He has
Well-
earned his stripes.
No matter what, it's still my medal. And the Boros know that whether you're carrying the medal or not, when you've earned it, it's yours. If I have real reason to talk to Aurelia, and they'll be able to tell if I'm bullshitting my way through, they'll let me in. Well, I
After
think
you.
they will.
After you, Wojak.
I thought that was an offensive term for your people, but fair enough.
Yeah, but I can use it.
Oh, right.
Nice. You do see dozens of battalions throughout the massive Rokarik Pavilion complex. Some of whom are working with bow staffs. Some of whom are simply going on marches or working on cadence. Some of them are doing baton drills and various things of that nature. And you approach Sunhome.
Yeah, there's almost, it's not like the Celestia where people are singing and stuff, but there's almost like a music going on because there's
Lots of
very
runs.
precise
Yeah.
like sound of people like
Marching and stuff.
marching,
Right.
and that keeps kind of a percussive feel through
Am I
the
wrong to
entire
imagine
time.
the kind of like Spartan training camps in like the 300?
No, I don't think
You
that's
are
wrong
absolutely
at all.
right to
Absolutely.
assume
Yeah.
that.
That's
Yeah.
what it is.
People kicking people into pits and yelling,
That's
"This is
right.
Boros!"
As you approach
get out of
Sunhome, Astaroth, roll for me a perception check.
Okay. Well,
In the box.
that is a 18.
Okay. As you approach, you're able to point it out to your cadre. Flying into the roof of Sunhome. And Sunhome, so all the buildings look like they're straight lines and parallel and perpendicular, but in fact there's a slight optical illusion where to make them look taller from a distance, they are at an angle, like Las Vegas hotels.
Yep.
And so they angle a little bit to look even more grandiose, even more impressive.
I was gonna say that, but I couldn't remember if I was remembering that in canon or if it was just an idea I'd read about,
canon
heard
now.
about other buildings. But yeah.
And as you look at the structures, you can see 3 Firemane Angels flying in from the sunlight, from the clouds, backlit, and landing on a landing platform on the roof of Sunhome. You gain a point of inspiration.
Ooh.
You are so inspired by seeing these paragons of Boros virtue.
Hooray. Angels.
You walk into to Sunhome, and it's a lot like it's a lot like the Azorius foyer, where it's like a big blank kind of space, flat floors, plain concrete, some banners, red banners with the Boros Power fist insignia. There is a large central 20-foot in diameter information desk with several very stern-looking women sitting at it. One of whom is a middle to late-aged elderly Minotaur lady who is facing the front door and appears to be the point of entry.
All right, here goes nothing. Excuse me.
Can I help you?
I'm here to requisition a meeting with Aurelia, the war leader.
Interesting. Who are you?
Name's Astaroth. I'm a Wojak. Sorry, I don't know what the specific procedures are for requesting this sort of thing. It's not something I ever expected I'd have to do, but I've got a letter. Where did I put that? Yeah. Well, I have a letter that Aurelia signed, and it says that I'm a well, it doesn't say I'm a Wojek. It says I'm something else, but then I got promoted by the Guildpact. So now I also work for them, but there's some pretty important Boros business I need to deal with. And I'm hoping that my general sense of confidence and authority is going to help me get through this situation.
While he's talking, Velma just like pulls back her cloak and just shows the badge for the Guildpact that she has. It just kind of flashes that. It doesn't say anything. It just stands behind him, lets him have his moment of talking, but flashes her Guildpact badge and just puts it back.
Sure. And you're presenting your like medal of whatever.
Yeah, he pulls out. Which I just.
It's right there. Yeah.
Oh, I thought in character.
Yeah,
I didn't know what was happening.
He might have put it in a. I
didn't know if it was a
no,
bit
I couldn't find it. But
Oh,
I could
love
also
the
see
idea
him
that
having
he like
put it
could
in the wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just like, wait.
So she's very
It is.
disinterested until you actually find it. At which point she will go. Oh, Medal of Honor recipient. Oh, that's very interesting. Give me just a moment. I will. Should suffice to be able to get you an audience with the war leader. And she will make her way to a back. And you're in the lobby by yourselves for a little bit.
Turns out that letter was useful.
Well, that's what she always says. We'll see what happens when she comes
On the
back.
wall, you do see all through the concourse here, various medals of many different types. And you do see Medal of Valor, Medal of Integrity, and Medal of Honor medals hanging on the walls. Most of them are there. Some of them are off the walls. And you presume that your medal is in this room.
It's somewhere on that.
And taken down when it's needed. After a while, she will return.
Nobody does medals quite like the Boros. We like our medals.
Yep.
They put them up like flair, like in a restaurant. Welcome to TGI Friday. Check out our medals.
And if you're a part of the Boros and you don't have enough flair,
Right. It's true.
We like you
That's why I
anyway.
keep showing it off.
So she will return and say, please follow me this way, and lead you down a hallway into another hallway, and begin taking you onto essentially an elevator, which is a large stone platform. And as you step on it, it grinds and levitates up
And kills us all.
at a slight angle, but slow and steady as it sort of grinds a little bit against stone, rising many, many, many floors. You reach a certain point and it grinds to a halt. Stone doors grind open in front of you. And in front of you is a large, square, imagine a Aztec temple. Imagine it upside down, and imagine it photonegative. So that is what the pit is shaped like here.
okay.
And in the center, you see two Firemane Angels fighting one another, battling against each other, as other Firemanes mill about the room. And on one of the sides of the room, you spot another Firemane Angel who, if they were not dressed slightly differently, if they were not very clearly the aura about them is different, you would not know that they were Aurelia, the war leader. There are other Wojeks and other soldiers of various types about the room. And various landing platforms are at higher points. You can see skyjacks and other angels and flying beasts of the Boros in and around the space. You spot humans. There is a goblin here carrying a banner. It is not exclusively angels that are in this room. You also see a massive man, a giant of a man, who just has this halberd the size of a school bus, and is sort of just leaning against a wall from the corner. Mask mostly, helmet mostly covering his face. And this is the Theater of Integrity. And so you can move about the cabin, if you so choose.
Man, feels weird seeing all these Firemanes in one place. You know, back when I was during the vision, I could look at them and tell the difference between all of them. Now it's just as hard to tell as it was before. But it's like you ever had a dream, or I think they're kind of like nightmares, where you can fly, and you kind of feel like, oh, it's obvious. If I remembered this when I woke up, I'd be able to fly when I woke up. It'd be so easy.
Yes, yeah.
But then you wake up and it...
Tutu actually can fly.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, but you wake up and then you can't remember what it's like. That's what it's like trying to tell the difference between Firemane Angels now.
Astaroth, this is your show, and I'm going to let you run it because this is your home turf. But if I could make a suggestion when speaking with Aurelia, speak to her as if we already know for a fact that Feather is guilty of these crimes, and that we're just waiting for her to give us more information, as opposed to asking her about it. Because if she thinks we're already on the same page as her, she might be willing to give up more information than she otherwise would be.
Okay, that's good advice. All right, I'm gonna
give you a bardic inspiration to help with your your charisma checks in this particular.
Oh, that'd be super useful because I'm not great at those.
Great.
Astaroth will kind of turn to all of you and go.
When I leaned over with respect to you, I kind of like fanned my flame a little bit, and I was like, and you know what? You are going to do great at this. This is exactly where you'll belong. And then I kind of like put my hand on you and give you your inspiration.
Thanks. All right. Before we go through with this, I just want to level with you all. Because I know that I come off with kind of a strong, quiet confidence in most situations. And I just...
All the time.
In situations like this, I just present myself like I know exactly what I'm doing and I understand how the social structures and hierarchies work. But actually, I have no idea how highfalutin upper guild people are supposed to talk to each other.
You had me fooled.
Well, I try very hard. So, all I'm saying is I appreciate y'all being here and helping out if I make a misstep.
Just remember that we are all part of the guardians of the Guildpact, and you were chosen for a very specific reason, and we were brought together for a reason, so you can do this. This is nothing compared to what we've been through.
If I can give you a suggestion, again, I'm doing a lot of that right now. When I have to do a long show and I have a lot of songs to remember to sing and I don't know if I'm going to remember all of them, I have them in my pocket while I'm performing, and if I need to pull that list out, then I have it ready. I've never needed to pull the list out because having it gives me the confidence that I'll be okay. In this case, let us be your list. Let us be your confidence that if you have any questions or any doubts, you can lean on one of us, and I almost guarantee you will not need to because you're going to be great at it.
Okay, great. I was confused there for a moment because I was worried I didn't have any paper. So.
Well, you have your list. You have your award.
Yeah, but I can't write on that.
That's true.
I mean, besides the little addition I made here where I scratched out, what was the... I scratched out Sergeant First Grade and wrote Wojak, but that's just for, making sure everyone knows what's going on there.
Sure, I'm sure they appreciated that.
All right.
As you walk over, there's various sparring matches, teaching moments. Aurelia has bent down to a group of humans that look like medics, frontline medics, heavily armored, but clearly not infantrymen, but of the healing magics, and is speaking to them and guiding them on advice. And they walk away as Aurelia stands at her full height, probably 7 feet tall, huge wings, maybe a 20-foot wingspan when totally across. She is a very impressive figure. She has a identical and to the beauty and otherworldly aura of the Firemanes. Aurelia's hair flows long and red behind her. She has, unique amongst the Firemanes, a tiara of iron or steel or some sort of magic that has some protrusions out of the front. She wears breastplate and shoulder armor. She has battle regalia on as well. And as she turns to you and looks at you, you can see that fire burns in her eyes, and she is imbued with other magic that is not simply Firemane Angel, that she is the war leader.
All right. Astaroth gets down in kind of a kneeling salute sort of thing, kind of like, the like Caesar's legions kind of thing. War leader.
Arise, Wojak.
Wow, it's fantastic to meet you so directly here. I still
All right.
got.
Calm down.
Okay, I've still got the letter you signed for me.
And she will reach out to it.
Have you seen? I mean, I'm sure.
And she'll look at it. Yeah. Astaroth, right?
Yeah. Wow, she knows my name. The war leader.
Just read it.
Sorry. I've come here to discuss something very important with you. And I think that it's extremely important that it is for your ears only.
All right. Let's retire to my office quarters. And she will lead you out of that chamber, off to a side chamber that still overlooks the pit, but is separated by soundproof glass. And you are now essentially in a conference room.
She allow us to come with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a long.
That's good because I need them in case I forget any of my songs.
There's a long conference table with chairs on all sides and one at the head. And she sits at the head of the table and motions for you all to have a seat.
Oh, they told me she didn't have an office in here.
Not so much an office as a meeting place.
Right. I guess that's
He's still bruised. His ego was
true.
His ego is still bruised. It's going to happen.
Our office is the battlefield, of course.
That is not an office. That is an actual location that you can't call an office.
Basically,
The Azorius are so
Velma,
full of
I just put
humor.
my hand on your shoulder, like just let it happen. Just
Maybe they didn't have an office.
this
last time you
is
checked.
Astrolog's time.
every time you've tried to make your way into the Boros Legion to like meet with the upper people, they've basically Mazavithed you with bureaucracy and stuff, and just been like, and remove him and confuse him.
Aurelia has grinned at the beginning of your sentence, and by the end of it has forgotten you're there.
Velma, I like kind of pull you back a little bit, and I'm just like, I look at you, like, and I look at Astaroth, like, let him do this.
Speak, Wojak.
War leader, I have come into some information that has led me to doubt some of the original integrity of the Boros Legion in its good faith in signing the Guildpact.
Go on.
We've been investigating the conflagration, the Embermind killer.
Ah, you're the Mended Pact.
That's us.
Yep.
It's coming to me now. I see. Okay. Go on.
And we've found who the killer is.
Have you?
Yes.
And who is that?
You deposed her from guild leader status.
I knew she'd come back to haunt us one day. You're sure that it is Feather?
The truth is, I'm not entirely sure of anything. But let's just say I have somewhat first-hand knowledge that there was more going on when the Guildpact was signed by Razia than the public generally knows. And I've been led very strongly to believe that Feather committed the Embermind murders as a way to make the guilds that would not cooperate join up.
And this cadre of yours you've been working with, and she'll look at all of you, has been aiding you in this quest, and you've all come to the same conclusion.
We have.
Yes.
And Feather all but admitted it.
Really? You've been in contact with her?
Yes.
Well, she's been in contact with us
That is more accurate.
when she chooses to be.
Really?
We helped her out a little while back. When a Firemane Angel came to me, I didn't think it was my place to question what their role in the guild was, but
What did she come to you for?
we had to find a feather.
Feather's feather?
Yeah.
Oh, that's poetic.
It was in possession of a Orzav, a ministrate.
Ah. Yes. Firemane Angel feathers are highly sought after. She will riffle her wings behind her. Particularly those of extremely old angels. They have many magical properties. They can be used as weapons, they can be used as currency, they can be used as bait. Recently we had some of the goblin gangs were fighting and warring over a number of feathers as well.
Oh yeah, well, that's kind of where we ran into it the first time. We took
Really?
it from Kranko's crew.
Oh, Krenko.
Yeah.
I knew that he was trying to get them, but I didn't know that he had succeeded.
Well, I don't know about any of them except that one, but
Oh,
We still don't know who actually hired us to get that from that situation.
interesting. You've certainly come across a lot of paths for that. That is curious. I've had your names across my desk a couple of times. It's not my purview per se, but I have heard of you. Talk to me more about Feather specifically. How you know. Prove to me how you know.
all right. This is gonna sound insane. We haven't really told anyone else about this, but we recently received some tattoos from the Gruul, which I know from first-hand experience Wojeks are allowed to have,
Of course.
as stated by Razia in the signing of the Guildpact as a strange addendum. And
I have read those texts.
this might sound strange, but I sort of stated that in a moment of panic when
I'm not sure I completely understand.
yeah, well, I didn't completely understand it all either. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. But during the vision quest that the Gruul got us into to get these tattoos, we inhabited Aurelia's mind. I was there.
I'm Aurelia.
I don't mean Aurelia. Razia. Sorry.
Razia.
Oh, I'm so
It's all right.
flustered.
You all look alike to
We
me.
all look alike to him, yeah.
This is a fluster storm.
And to literally
Fine.
everybody else.
Yeah, it's quite all right.
Look,
It's interesting.
I saw the signing of the Guildpact through Razia's mind. I knew what she knew for a little while. I could tell all the angels apart, and that was weird. I mean, I guess you can probably do that all the time, so maybe it's not that strange. But for me, it was strange.
I do recall reading in some of the old texts that the public version of the events was, of course, edited for content a little bit, specifically the less than relevant pieces, particularly the specifics of tattoos and minotaur horns. So that is strange and beyond my capabilities.
But look, the important part is that while it was going on, I had an earring. It was the same one that Feather gave us in coordinating our missions. And as a communication device, through that earring, I heard a voice saying that what they had done, what they had sacrificed to get the Guildpact signed. And after we came back, we confronted Feather. And I know that there's some reason that we regular people don't get to know. That she was bound and, I guess now, thrown out of the guild. And she all but told us that we were right.
Well, she is a Firemane Angel. She cannot lie.
Yeah, I know, I experienced that. It was off-putting.
There's an odd detail that at the end... Sorry, I shouldn't have.
No, go ahead.
At the end, she mentioned she's no longer a Fireman Angel.
Interesting. She may have fallen, I suppose.
How does one fall?
Well, she is... I deposed her specifically. I removed her from power because she was punished, because her wings were bound by angels that came before me. Most of the Firemane Angels died in the events of the Parhelion when it crashed into Old Prov, destroying many, many city blocks and lives. The Sky Fortress that used to house our guild was a paragon of virtue and was used as a cudgel in an attempt to overthrow the Guildpact 77 years ago today. And so, very few Firemane Angels remained. Those that remained were crafted from the survivors, one of whom was Feather. I was not there at the events of the Guildpact, but I survived the events of the Parhelion and was in a position to take Feather out of power. Much of what I'm telling you is Firemane Angel business. However, you have much insight already, so I would help you fill in the blanks some. I don't know the specifics of why Feather was punished, but her punishment was levied by the angels, not by the Boros Guild. And it was levied before the guilds came into existence. All of the players in those events are, by definition, guildless, even if they're Firemane Angels, or they're undead, or they're giants, or they're humans, or they're minotaurs. Everyone involved in any events taking place before the signing 10,077 years ago was guildless. And so, this was Firemane Angel punishment. To have your wings bound is a severe punishment. The most severe of the angels that can be levied upon themselves. And furthermore, Feather was demoted to the level of Wojak. No offense.
Hey, no, I get it. I'm a Wojak, I'm not a Firemane. Anymore.
So when Feather assumed power of the Boros, that was an affront to all things we hold sacred. Because while she had committed no crimes against the Boros, she had committed crimes against others, and specifically against the code of the Firemanes. I hold no reservations of removing her piece from the map. Clearly, if she's no longer a Firemane Angel, other punishment is now an option. The Boros Legion would sanction said arrest and punishment. You have my word as war leader, exemplar of justice, to proceed in this adventure of yours, assuming everything you say is true.
I've just got to wonder one thing, though. If what we are saying is true, well, that means Razia knew about this. It means Razia might have even had a hand in causing this to be.
Razia used to be... She would always get uncomfortable whenever the topic of the signing of the Guildpact came up. Very rarely would talk about it. Was not particularly open to discussion about it. Clearly there was something wrong there. She was very proud of the peace that it achieved. 10,000 years of peace, hard fought. Before the Guildpact, there was war. There was nothing but needless bloodshed. And even as the war leader, I know that without peace, there's nothing.
But that means so much of what we're doing is built on a lie. If we started out our crusade for peace and justice with framing somebody who didn't do the crime, that's not justice. I'm sorry, war leader, I didn't...
I admire your passion. Having conviction is more important than being righteous. That's a good attitude to have. Not everyone in the Boros will agree, but it's something I seek out in my leaders. I think that Feather was an old guard Firemane who believed that the ends justified the means. That if you could get peace by any means necessary, then that means you needed to do it by any means necessary. And we can look back and judge if we want.
We do.
That's certainly your prerogative. But the proof that 10,000 years of conflict has mostly been avoided, large-scale conflict avoided. Things like the Parhelion event, things like the total usurping of guilds, has been avoided, save for very few circumstances, is laudable. I hesitate to say that the ends do justify the means in this case, but look around you. Ravnica is, for the most part, a paradise. The people are fed. The water is clean. The streets are open. The world is mostly good. And that's a hard-fought peace that Razia and the other Perrons fought litigiously for. And if what you say is true, and that it was ill-gotten, and that it's built on a lie, the lie is not the only thing it's built on. It's built on lots of hard work. Perhaps Feather was mistaken, that the whatever she did was necessary. I believe in Ravnica. I believe in our leadership. I believe in Razia and the other Perrons to have fought for the peace. I know that Feather was a fanatic. Feather was a hardline person. Is a fanatic. Perhaps she lost her way in some manner. I don't know if what she did was directly related to the signing. If she thinks that she was a bigger figure than she was. I don't know. I know that Feather is the only Firemane Angel that I've heard of capable of this amount of malfeasance, frustrating independence, I suppose. It's not even independence, though. This is crazed.
Well,
What did she specifically do?
Are you familiar with the term conflagration?
Of course.
We have reason to believe that Feather is the one who perpetrated that actual crime.
And has committed it twice since then.
At least.
Committed it twice. The conflagration was done by the Embermind Killer 10,077 years ago.
That's what people would like to believe.
We believe that Feather was the Embermind Killer, and still remains to be.
And the man that they caught and turned into a statue, he was just a patsy.
Framed by Feather.
Not just Feather.
The parents.
Azor himself knew about this.
Oh my.
Look, if what Feather did back then was Angel business, that's fine. But now, it's Boros business.
Absolutely.
Hell, it's Ravnica business.
Absolutely.
I'm curious how Razia was able to conceal the truth in this matter, and how she was able to...
I would be very surprised if she was complicit in the murders of the Embermind as they were happening. I would be extremely shocked if any of the parents would have supported such ludicrous, fanatical behavior in support of a political goal.
So you all have about this is that they happened, and they happened to just use the results once they were unavoidable.
Yes.
That actually does track. I think that could actually be conceivable.
Still remains that Feather's doing it, and we don't know why. And
how do you know that these are two new cases? Where did these happen?
Well, initially, my mentor and leader of my Vernati, Mookie, fell victim to this.
Mookie the Dryad.
Yes.
I am aware of this being.
And we had the properties of his innards from where his brain was burned out, analyzed, and the results of that were of fire elements.
Gross.
Very. And smelly.
I apologize. I can't tell a lie. That sounded very gross to me.
The same crime was perpetrated against the suspected copycat Embermind Killer, Dr. Bavlik.
If I'm not mistaken, you, the Mended Pact, put an end to Dr. Bavlik.
Well,
we followed the evidence to him. We did not cause his demise.
We found him.
We helped. We started the lid, but somebody else opened the jar, if you get my drift.
We cornered him and we had him on the ropes. Somebody else finished off the final bit.
Yes, the thing that I said, but with different words.
I understood both of you. Well, that certainly tracks.
And no one else knew that we were there except for Feather, because we had her earpieces, so it doesn't...
Those earpieces were early technology used by Firemane Angels to communicate across distances and across loud battlefields. Later adopted by the Dimir, I believe, as communication devices. If Feather has re-emerged and is using her power in such a nefarious way so long after the original, that might explain a change in her in some way. I don't know what the change would be. Do you have any ideas as to what changes have taken place of Feather in recent weeks, months?
She wasn't very open about those kinds of things, and...
Because we're all the same. We're all identical.
When you mentioned that she might have fallen, is falling as a Firemane Angel something that is done voluntarily, or is something that can be forced upon her?
I've never heard of it happening. The most punishment any Firemane Angel has ever been given was to Feather, and she remained a Firemane Angel, bound, punished, demoted, but a Firemane Angel nonetheless.
That did not answer my question.
I deeply apologize.
It is... I accept your apology. When an angel, any angel, does fall, conceivably, hypothetically, would that be something that would be done of their own volition, or something that could be done to them against their will?
It is something that happens during... When an angel goes from being good to being evil, a change can take place. It happens occasionally from some angels. Often they will be adopted by other guilds at that point.
By change, do you mean a physical, visual change that...
Indeed. Sometimes...
She could shave her hair.
She had no hair?
She had no hair when we worked the job for her.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
She had no mane.
Then she has fallen. It's the first time I've heard of a Firemane Angel becoming a... what we often call, in our circles, an angel of despair. One who no longer has any fire left in her. I've come across a few, felled a few in my time. I sense in them duty and commitment, but nothing else. No pride, no passion, no drive. It's as if their duty is to an empty void, or simply to themselves. If she has fallen in such a way, she may be on the way to becoming what we call a Death Pact angel.
That does not sound good.
It is not. I don't know how much of an assistance I can be to you in this. I am willing to provide some amount of resources. I am willing to show you what you may be up against. Are you interested in a sparring match?
With a Firemane?
With a Firemane Angel.
If you think that will...
It would certainly be fun for me to watch.
Well, we do have other business to attend to, but I do agree that knowing some tactics against one of your kind would be immensely helpful to us. If you think that's even feasible, that the four of us could take down one of yours.
I will leave that to you all to decide whether you feel you are up to the task or whether you need to seek out further allies. I believe that I may have some tools at my disposal that can help.
Hey, anything that could make it a little easier would be huge.
Well, certainly, let's start with what a Firemane Angel is capable of. And so I will share with you what a Firemane Angel is stats-wise in the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. And now your characters will know this, but in flavor.
What page are you on?
I'm on page 190 of the Firemane Angels. And on the opposite page is a Death Pact Angel, which is 191, which is not exactly what I will be using for Feather, and on neither page.
Okay.
But it will be some sort of combination in between here.
Wait, are there Orzhov? Those are
Orzhov Angels.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So a Firemane Angel has an armor class of 18. It is plate armor, made of metal. So there you go. It has 135 hit points. Flies 120 feet around, or 40 feet on the ground. Is quite strong, has a 22 strength, also has a 23 charisma, and also can cast spells with its charisma, among other things. It has once a day casting of both Fireball as a 6th level Fireball and Daylight, so those are tough. And also has Guiding Bolts at 5th level 3 times a day. It can hit twice in a turn with its longsword.
Damage resistance to fire, radiant, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Oh, great.
From non-magical attacks.
Right.
Cool.
Additionally, it has Relentless. If the angel takes 21 damage or less that would reduce it to 0, it reduces it to 1 instead. So, Big baddie, challenge rating of 12.
Cool.
The Death Pact Angel has a challenge rating of 14.
Cool.
Nice.
It's only more than double what we
It's
are.
going to be mostly Firemane Angel.
Yeah, we're gonna need some
Oh,
help.
goodness.
If there was a way that we could maybe call on you or the help of the Legion once we do find her, and
Well, from what I understand, I apologize, did I interrupt you?
no, I believe I was done
Okay.
speaking. But
You ended the sentence as if you were going to continue, and so I
did.
apologize. I
No,
didn't mean
that,
to.
That was my fault.
As with your guild renown, some of you have the ability to call upon allies of your own, which in combat I believe would be most helpful in such a fight. Particularly you, Wojak, are able to call upon various soldiers of the Boros. Other allies that you've amassed over your adventures, you may certainly call upon if you are able to convince them to come to your aid. From what I have heard has been printed, you have in your wheelhouse of connections a scout that was there with you when you defeated Dr. Bavlik. Perhaps they can be of assistance. You have, this would be Tamina.
I know.
The crawl.
Velma was in character going, would she really be that helpful?
You didn't fight with her, so you don't know.
I know. But in character, I would.
Sure.
I just always
Yeah,
do
yeah,
what my character would do.
And any other allies that you're able to find along the way.
Boy, it's a shame that the angel that we allied along the way won't be able to help us, because she's our enemy.
All right.
Indeed. That is the opposite of fortuitous.
Indeed.
I would like to make clear that you are saying that. Well, earlier you were saying that you are approving a venture towards apprehending Feather, and are you shifting that now to assailing and ending Feather herself?
What part of removing her from the board was unclear earlier in this conversation?
Practice compassion and mercy, but know when they must end.
Look, Blue, I know there's a certain way things are done in the Azores, but sometimes when people become a problem, the Boros' job is just to get rid of them.
Hold on just a minute. Are you assuming that the Azorius don't kill anyone?
No, of course not. But I'm saying I think it's a little more standard operating procedure for us.
And that's fine. I would just like some paperwork saying so. And that's it.
You
Classic
have a death
Azorius.
order from the guild leader.
I don't have it in writing.
We can get that for you if that is what is holding things up.
That's all I require.
Is there hope for a fallen angel? Is there any chance of Feather returning to what she once was, or coming back from this?
I would say I don't know the answer to that question. I would say you asking that is laudable. I would say that Feather is a long way from redemption, but that does not make it impossible.
She did help us.
Well, from what you described, she had you help her.
Yeah, she used us more than she helped us.
Kind of true. And then killed someone.
She may have actually made things worse for us than we thought they would be.
I see in this group a great amount of promise and potential. These tattoos that you've received from the Gruul seem to imbue some amount of power. I've never seen the mirror sheen that they have. Very interesting.
Yeah, it was kind of surprising to us too, actually.
Yeah,
Especially for those
Really
two.
surprising for...
I've certainly never seen a Celestian or a Azorius officer with...
I would appreciate you didn't tell anyone about this, actually.
Unless they ask me, of course.
Of course.
Look, if you could do what Feather did and say, I prefer not to answer that question.
That is true. I often fall back on I prefer not to answer.
I would prefer that you not prefer to answer that question.
I think I understand what you're saying, and I don't think it will come up often in conversation, so I think that you're probably good to go.
Excellent.
I think that your group is well prepared, but certainly will need to rally allies. I recommend using your guild contacts, your varied skill sets. Additionally, something about Firemane Angels. Feathermane Angels is kind of funny. Firemane Angels is that when they are called, they must show up. I don't know if this is true of Feather, but if it is, this means that you can choose your field of battle. I recommend you choose your field of battle wisely. Additionally, the different varied skill sets that you possess are not something that Firemane Angels are known for. We are very good at studying ahead of a battle and knowing how to hit on the specific pressure point that is needed for any given situation. Look out onto the floor. Look at the two Firemane Angels sparring in the center. They know they're facing an opposing Firemane Angel. They know that they are resistant to many of the weaponry that are many of their weapons, and so they choose and pick their spots specifically. You having all of these angles of attack are very fortuitous. You, the Celestian. Even I, as the very soul of battle, even I would not advise open war with the Conclave. You as the Orzav, I once saw the Obzedat move to action. Once. And since that day, I've been thankful that they're mainly lazy and dead. The Azorius, of course, are insanely powerful in their ability to utilize words and law. And of course, the Boros. I mean, we're the best guild, so.
Well, no question there.
Right, so I mean, you know, all the things that I said about them, it's like better for us.
Oh, yeah.
This is awkward because she can't be lying right now.
At least from my perspective.
Yeah. Firemanes definitely think Boros is the best guild.
Sometimes I say things in character, guys. Like, I was Velma in character.
Yeah.
I think that I can provide you with something to help. Roll me persuasion.
Persuasion!
And you have your Firemane Angel and your Velma inspiration.
Yes, that's
So,
important.
let's see how good of an item I get for you.
All right, I'll just roll my inspiration with this because I don't even know what it's going to be, but do you roll it after? Is that how it works?
It's a
Up
4.
to you.
Either way.
It's a D8, not a D5.
Oh, it's a D8!
Yeah.
Right, okay. I keep forgetting that you're better
You
than
have a D5?
Better
most
than
people.
Wow.
teacher's guidance.
Right. Oh, it's worse though.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so, but you know what? I have inspiration. Does that mean I get to reroll both or just...
You get to reroll
It was just
the
a,
die.
it's advantage.
So
It's
it's advantage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if I can roll better than 9.
And you did.
Yay! All right, I got a 15.
15. Okay. You're not going to get the
I'm sorry that I changed your
craziest
dice on you.
item.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You're not going to get the best item that I got.
It was
in
worth a
here.
shot.
So let's see what I can give you. Let's see here. I'm going to have to print one of these out, but she will present to you
Please be a planeswalker card. Please be a planeswalker card. Please be a
I just get a planeswalker I can call on.
Oh,
It's gonna be a
Tybalt.
lightning javelin.
Aw.
Where is it?
Gross.
I have the
We'll just
lightning
take her
javelin
alone.
card. Yeah. Sorry. I have to find it in my cards.
What's a good Boros combo enabler card?
I don't
There's
think they really have combos.
They have some.
Here's the thing.
I got comboed out by I think it was Sunforger or something like that.
The hammer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yes.
lets you read like
That'd be perfect for you, actually. Like, that's great.
The Sunforger
Yeah.
needed a 20.
that was
That's
a
fair.
possibility.
That's fair.
I'm just thinking about it because I got combo killed in EDH by it. Oh
Aw,
man.
The Sunforger. Ooh.
Needed it.
Bring
needed
me
a 20.
feather!
Is there like a sun mallet or something we can have?
Unless you have, yeah, she would not give it to you at this moment.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Yeah, well, that seems about right.
I'm trying to find. I had a Boros key rune in here. And I think that that's what she would give you.
That makes sense.
But I don't know where it is.
I can always grab it later.
Yeah, I'll just grab it later. So she will produce a handle, essentially, a sword hilt. It looks like a sword hilt, kind of.
Ooh.
That when she
Like a sword hilt.
hands it to you has
Quack.
the fist of the Boros. It looks like a broadsword, essentially.
Just give one of your business cards. That'll work.
Yeah, exactly. And she will hand you the Boros key rune and say that this is an ally, a magical ally that can protect you and aid you in combat. Hopefully that this will be sufficient. Additionally, this key rune has been imbued with the magic of both the signet and the charm of the Boros as well.
Oh boy.
So
All Boros everything.
15 gives you a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Does not give you the Sun Forger.
Hey, I'll take it.
So you have the Boros charm and this Boros signet ring.
Also, we found this javelin hanging out.
Yeah.
We got a letter sent here that says to Astaroth from Astaroth.
Right.
Don't leave your stuff around.
Oh,
If you think that there is more pertinent information that would be of interest to me, or that I can help you with before your final confrontation with the criminal Feather, don't hesitate to ask.
Of course, War Leader.
All you have to do would be to call my name, and I can answer. I will not be joining you in this battle.
No, I understand.
I admire your resolve. I admire your want to solve this in a peaceful manner, but knowing when push comes to shove.
I have to say, after being in Razia's mind for a little bit, the sense of what it means to be part of the Boros and the idea of justice is something that's not some weird concept. It's solid. It's real. It's been a little different in me.
Somewhere along the line, Feather became corrupted. I don't know how. I don't know by who. I don't know what caused it. But something must have flipped a switch. Because that is not what the Boros stand for. That is not what the Guildpact stands for.
Do you think being forcibly removed from her position as the war leader may have caused this to happen?
It is possible that it went more to her head, but she was war leader long after she committed the initial murders. So she was already on the path to destruction.
All right. Thank you, War Leader.
Thank you, Mended Pact. Enter with merciful hearts, exit with battle cries. And she will... The scene will end in some manner.
All right.
She gets up from the conference table and... I'm sorry about that chair.
Boy, that really kind of deflated the
Yeah.
gravitas of this conversation.
The chair will be punished later.
So there you go. Did you have any follow-up questions about the situation for me as the Dungeon Master?
I think we got it in hand now.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think we're going to attack Feather right now.
We summon Feather.
Let's go right now.
Let's do it.
We should have just done it in the
Feather.
conference room when she's like, I'm not going to fight my... We'll see about that.
Oh, yeah.
The bottom line is I have had my Feather battle notes in my folder all season. You tell me when and where we're having the fight.
All right.
Why wouldn't we summon her when we're surrounded by all the other Fireman
I
Angels?
know.
Like,
Yeah, okay, go for it.
Yeah.
Like, fight me, bro. 1v1.
Yeah, Mike,
Ask her
that
if
won't
you-
work here.
okay. Ask her if she did it, because she can't lie.
Right.
All right.
Well, that's
So,
the mission
you
of guilt.
leave Sunhome, the Fortress of the Legion, with your new Boros stuff in hand. Sorry you didn't get the Sun Forger.
That's okay.
Man,
One day I'll get that
One
Sun
day you'll get
Forger.
it.
Gotta
As
earn it,
you
I'm gonna get 50,000 more tickets.
make your
Then
way
I'm gonna
across
Boros combo
town,
people out.
make your way past the blister coils of Precinct 5 over to 10th Street, south on 10th Street, past the former Book Devourer, which is no longer the Book Devourer, ever since its owner is not alive.
It got devoured in
It
flames.
got devoured. It now appears to be a hotel.
It's a new mine grind location.
Yeah,
CVS.
exactly. It's a new mine grind
Which is
location.
good because I had the rewards points.
Right, there you go. Looks like it's a new little inn, a new hotel situation.
I bet they're trading off the dead body. I bet it's like one of those destination hotels.
And you walk
We live in a
past...
macabre city. I don't know if you're surprised to learn this, but...
I don't hang
You
out
can
in
walk
those
past
things.
the
I didn't say
Whorehouse?
you did, but you have to know.
Are you
there's a
going to the
huge
Felden
market.
are you going to the Felden pipe entrance, or are you going a different way?
Let's talk about that in character. I know that the idea of going through the pipe is disgusting to you, but I do think it is the
I'm glad
safest
you
route.
understand. Finally, let's move somewhere else and just take a different path.
Look, the other options are going to put us right in the sight of either the Golgari, which that's going to completely undermine our ability to have any sort of, like, sneaking up on Vraska, or the Rakdos, which could just get us killed because they find it fun.
It's true, they probably have a similar holiday to Rockshaw.
All right. I suppose if
Look,
it's for the good of Ravnica.
come on, Blue. Maybe we'll even have some fun with it. We can, like, find a giant corpse and cut a hole inside it and
Ew,
sneak in that
no,
way.
Disgusting.
Wait,
no.
even I'm not on board with that plan. Why did it even come to your mind?
Oh, come on, it'd be
Moronic
funny.
thing to say. How is that disgusting?
You
Okay.
make your way south
Rakdos?
in between the
Disrespectful.
canals. You
Already
cross
dead.
over the 6th District canal in between the two, and make your way down into the 6th District before you get to the Dead Bridge Chasm. There is a pipe entrance, just as it's described. It's very similar to the art on the Golgari Guildgate, if you want to take a look at that. And it looks like a massive pipe that no one is presently at. There's a bit of a marsh in front of it. And it just looks like it's drainage down into the center of the earth.
I have a plan.
All right.
I will go down first. I will observe the area around us immediately, and then I will cast darkness so that no one else can see who else comes, and I will lead us to the path outside of the darkness as fast as possible.
Are we going to be able to see in that darkness?
We will not, but that's why I will direct us physically through it.
Can you see through the darkness?
A little. I don't know if I can actually see through darkness.
The magical darkness? No.
No. But if there are people down there, they won't be able to see us either.
But they will see a giant dark blob?
Would you rather them see a giant dark blob or 4 members of the Guildpact arrive?
I'd rather them not see anything.
Well, that's what darkness does.
But
So,
technically,
just to clarify, there's not like security waiting
Okay.
for you down at the bottom. This is a corpse chute.
Well, what we were told there was like trolls and
There are trolls down there.
Oh
yeah, there are trolls
I don't
and
care they
ogres.
have badges. I just
Yeah,
don't want to
yeah,
get hit by giant clubs.
Sure. That certainly, yeah, I just wanted to clarify that it's not like this is not a, you guys aren't welcome here situation. It's just that they aren't expecting you.
Yeah.
And
we
the
shouldn't
political
rudely
situation would
drop
be a
them.
lot more complicated from the other entrances.
Fair enough. Okay. Okay. Never mind then.
So
Well, we've got it on. We've got that option if things get dark.
is this an actual chute? Like a slide that goes down?
Yep.
Slide of death.
Slide of disgusting.
as you
Sleight of
approach it,
hand.
it does look like there is a bit of a water. Not stagnant, but it's slowly moving water does coalesce into the middle and begins about the speed of a water slide.
Gotta have
May I
spell
make a
it.
suggestion? Are we around shops at all?
Sure.
I'm gonna buy us 4 just like large cloaks.
Sure.
Just like cheap cloaks, not any sort of magical thing or anything like that.
Cool.
And I give one to everybody.
So we can water slide
and I
on
also like, yes, and I also buy like a set of like just the bags, like twine bags, to put over our feet like shoes. I'm basically trying to cover our bodies up so we're not like, so that we don't get down there and then we have to walk around for days covered in sludge from the corpse pipe.
Sure. So yeah, that's not going to be too expensive, I don't think. That's a bunch of mundane items. We'll say that that's at most a gold. I would imagine it's like a couple of silver. So yeah, you're very quickly able to go purchase some cloaks and some bags for your feet and for your backs. And
I would say for Velma and Lucian, they're like massively way bigger than us, and I would say that for Tutaru and Astaroth, they're still bigger than their normal clothes would be, but they're definitely way more fitted.
right. This is like the hobbits wearing the elven clothes.
Yeah.
So you are now outfitted.
All right, I mean, everybody, this is our last chance to surf down a water slide on a corpse. And I mean, I don't think that opportunity is going to come around too often. So if you don't want to do it, that's fine.
What?
But I'm just saying it's not going to keep being an option.
Remember when Tutaru surfed on a door, though? That was pretty exciting.
It was great.
It's also our last living chance. If we die down there, they might just come back up and throw us down here again.
That's true. And then someone could surf on us, and if they're having a good time, we're really going to regret it then.
Let's just get this over with, please.
So who's going down first?
I'll go down first.
All right.
These are quite nifty. You're very creative, Velma. That was very resourceful.
Thank you.
I do appreciate
So you
this.
go down.
I yell timber.
Timber.
That's
It
not how
takes
that
a
works.
while. It takes a little
Trees.
while.
Singing Kesha.
I know.
It's about
Nice.
200 yards
Okay.
of water slide,
Yeah.
essentially down to the bottom.
Yeah, I wish I could yell and stuff.
You don't reach terminal velocity, as there's enough of a gradient and enough curves that you sort of don't go completely crazy. And as you get to the bottom, you splash into maybe 3 feet to 4 feet of water. And you're now down at the bottom.
Okay. I look around. What do I see?
So you look around, and this sort of looks like a T-junction of there you go of back to the surface, and there are 2 others that look like they go to other surface entrances that are a little bit smaller. These are probably drainage pipes.
Is anyone in the room with me?
No.
Okay.
And then one larger tunnel that where the water is coalescing and leading towards.
Okay. I can't do message for this far away because
Yeah, I
200
think the
yards.
distance is pretty far.
Yeah.
It's not like we're not coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll definitely.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait for them. Then I'm not going to do much right now.
Just plan on screaming something to scare us as soon as we get down there.
Yeah.
You're up at the surface, everyone. Who's next?
There's piranhas!
All right, let's do this. I'll jump in.
Cool.
You could just fly down, glide down the pipe.
If there is a drop, I might.
Oh, yeah.
It's true. So you are all sliding down.
I curl my nose.
Yeah.
As y'all are sliding, did you cast darkness or not?
I did not because
Okay.
they told me not to.
Roll percentile for me.
Okay.
You want below 80.
Yeah.
Or what? Feather!
Well, unfortunately, I rolled a 97.
Wow!
Oh no.
You
Okay.
did it!
Yeah.
Before everyone gets to the bottom,
Great.
I was right.
We're honest. They're in 3D.
Wait,
No,
is
she's
there
kidding. I told her
water?
this joke. There's 3 feet of water.
Oh, okay.
you're down there by
My ankles.
yourself.
Oh, yeah. half of
And
me.
out of the darkness marches a large, fiendish entity.
Okay.
Just my notes.
A massive, what's called Master of Cruelties,
Okay.
in dark purple armor.
What?
Oh boy, if you get hit by that, things are gonna go bad.
Not gonna go great. Smoke rising from the eye holes.
What's it doing down here?
4 horns. It's a being of the Undercity,
What?
making a patrol, or perhaps going back up to the gore house.
Is there
or
a
to
photo of
another
him there?
Rakdos.
Yes, that guy. So cool.
What would you like to do?
I am going to stay perfectly still and play like I'm just gonna like not make myself seem like a threat in any way, shape, or form.
Perfect. You're following the advice from...
Yes, I couldn't remember which one
I
it
know.
was.
I was like, what is it?
You're
Yeah.
following
Yeah.
the advice of Tamina.
I was like, was this the one we're supposed to play dead for, or the one we're supposed to make ourselves bigger and crazier for? And I'm like,
Right. So you think back in your head, and you remember Tamina
Good job.
giving you your pop quiz on how to survive in the Underdark, and you remember that Fiend, Demon, Various Lith, Master of Cruelties, Sire of Insanity, are the kings of the Underdark. And they don't attack you if you're obedient. Don't run. Sit down and seem small. Play dead. And so you do so.
Yeah, I sit down.
Okay. The Master of Cruelty is... and will begin marching up one of the other pipes.
I make a note of self. Don't go that way.
Checkpoint reached. You all get to the bottom.
And as soon as you land, I'm like,
My glasses.
My huge ears. Just
Oh yeah, sure.
All right, that was awesome. What? Wasn't awesome?
What's
Make a group stealth check for me.
Oh boy.
See if it comes back.
group stealth?
I am not great at
I
stealth.
have -1 to stealth.
Yikes.
14.
16.
I got a...
Medal. We
That's
get
a
it.
9.
We get it. You have a letter.
I got a
10.
medal.
10?
I got a medal.
Yep. 10's a good number.
Would you like hung
It's
it up
not
like
particularly interested in you, so it doesn't turn around.
Okay.
Okay.
There was a thing.
What was that?
I was telling them there was a thing.
Oh.
Thing. Remember the monsters from the before times?
Oh, that Tamina told us about.
Yeah. The fiendish ones. We should.
Oh, where you have to be small and quiet.
Yeah. So when you guys all came down yelling, I was like, maybe not do that so much. Okay.
The Undercity consists of a linked network of several titanic cave systems and block text, as it turns out. And in the 10th district, this consists of a combination of lava tubes, worm tunnels, humanoid-made paths, and the usual Ravnican piled city on top of itself. Large portions of it do fit the description of a natural cave of rock, but the Undercity also encompasses areas of deep water that hide coral caves, hollowed out sections of ice in which creatures live, and places where fungus, bone, or even pure force form caves. Undercity terrain is dynamic and changeable. A map drawn a few decades ago may show tunnels that have long since collapsed, or lakes that are now dry, keeping the elite squad of Undercity mappers, known as the Nav Squad Commandos that you've run into in the past, quite busy. Terrain can change gradually over the course of decades, centuries, and millennia, or as swiftly as an earthquake, volcanic eruption, or earth-moving beast. You've come down the Felden Pipe entrance and have stumbled into the Corpse Float Valves, which is a marsh-flooded tunnel system in the chambers of Ravnica Undercity, and are a means of transport for the Golgari corpse trade. In Ravnica, nothing can afford to be going to waste, and nothing is wasted. Valves constructed of fungal membranes close off certain sewerways. These valves open and close by Golgari command, allowing for carcasses and other traffic to flow through like a logging sluice. Knowing the right directions is difficult and requires either a seasoned Undercity guide or immaculate direction sense to follow the flow. It takes a while.
Brought Tamina.
It takes a while for you to figure out, but the easiest way to follow is to simply follow the flow, the slow flow of water. The issue presently is that you're in about 3 to 4 feet of water, without a boat, without a swim speed, without any of that kind of stuff. So, what is your plan?
Is there
I tell
any
you
sort of,
all what would
ledge
be-
we can move up onto?
Nope,
or?
no ledge, just a tunnel.
I tell you
Just a
all what
pipe.
would be really useful right now is if we were, I don't know, floating on a corpse down this river, like in a giant corpse that we had hollowed out to go down the body chute.
It is literally called the
Why does
corpse
it need
float
to be
valves.
hollowed out.
Well, so we'd have room to sit inside.
Wouldn't that attract attention, though?
I don't know, but now we're
Well, 3 to
waist
4
deep
feet.
in water.
We could still move.
You
if
can
we
still
have 4 feet of
move.
Water.
It is sludgy and gross and
Okay.
like difficult. It's very difficult. Your speed is very harshly impacted.
So we need to follow this all the way down to wherever we're going.
It seems like it.
Do you have anything in your cloak that could be like a makeshift boat?
Actually, yes. I will make a rowboat with my robe of many colors.
You can make a rowboat?
Yeah, I can make a rowboat. Robe
Dope.
of useful items.
Oh my god.
That's super useful.
I've got
And
a
so
rowboat.
I'm glad I remembered
But I
you
only get
have
one
that.
of them. Yeah.
This is the time to use
Yeah.
it.
So you tear off your patch and throw it into the water, and it sort of unfolds itself into a rowboat.
What, we couldn't have just taken that down the slide?
Aww.
No, come on. It was more fun this way.
It could have been a log flume.
I'm not
They
a
might have
Firemane
broken when we
Angel,
landed.
That's true.
so I don't have to tell the truth. I didn't think that was fun at all.
Is that not true?
Let's get in the boat.
Okay, you all are able to get in your boat, which I will use as this. Let's say it's big enough for exactly 4 of you. Where are you positioned on said boat? Who's at the front? Who's in the middle? Who's at the back?
Is the river slanted down?
Nope, it's pretty flat. It's slow moving. There are every once in a while there's like a foot drop off of like not really rapids, but little tiny waterfall, and it's pretty slow moving.
I think for weight reasons, we should have Tuturu and Astaroth in the bow and the stern.
Yeah, I
and
was
then we
thinking
should
the same
have
thing.
the 2 of us
Yeah.
in the middle.
Okay, who's at the front?
I'll probably be in the front.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Do either of you have dark vision?
I have
I don't think I do.
not
So
that.
other important note: it is completely dark down here.
Great.
Oh,
Oh, then I cast Dancing Lights.
how do you say darkness?
Yes.
No,
And
double darkness!
So it's Astaroth, blank,
Should I cast
blank,
Dancing Lights? Is that
Tuturu.
gonna be too much light?
Who's second and who's third?
I'll be second.
Okay.
Because I do have dark vision, so I can't see great down here, but I can see better than they can.
I can't see anything.
You can see 60 feet, black and white, essentially. And we can, if you want to cut down to the map, feel free.
I can't just cast light also on something.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
so either one of us can cast light. So, but do we want to cast light? Do we want to draw attention to ourselves?
Or else we can't see where we're going.
Okay, I'll cast
So-
Dancing Lights to
Okay.
make it easier for everybody to see.
Sounds good. And are they around the boat, in front of?
One's in front, and
Okay.
one is
Sounds good.
one's behind, so that if like something is coming up,
You get 3?
I think I get
4.
3. If I get 4,
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought it was 3.
You put
So
one
you are-
closer to the water to see if anything comes up below
So
us.
you are taking your boat, slow boat to Karazda.
I get 4, so I'll put one by the water on either side of us, one in front of us, one behind us.
I like that.
It takes a while for you to get to your destination, a couple of hours, if you want to have maybe an hour or 2 hours before you find anything interesting. You're mostly just going through tunnels. You don't see much in the way of sentient life. Many rats of various kinds. Lots of drainpipe vermin down here.
Can I keep holding Arthur like don't?
Oh, Arthur's coming.
Well, I never left her. I never took her back to the
Got
ship,
it.
so
Arthur's
Just throw
down
down
here.
the pipe.
yeah, I probably made like my pocket for her in my coat. And
Arthur is here as
I mean,
well.
I didn't take her back, so
Right.
let's say I just let her run wild.
I don't have a cat mini.
I have a cat.
Do you? Oh, well, I mean a mini.
It's
That's fine.
Oh, I have
That's
one. I
fine.
should have brought it.
Eventually, you come to your underground river sluiceway opens up, and you find yourself in what would normally be called a gallery, which is a large open horizontal space, but in Dungeons and Dragons is called a dungeon. This is what a dungeon is in Dungeons and Dragons, which is
One day we'll discover what a dragon is.
essentially a
And
dungeon.
Solid
We know
dragon.
what
A dungeon is a large open area
Movie.
that is at least partially or typically either all or mostly carved out by humanoids.
Huh.
All right.
From what I understand on the internet is why the game is called Dungeons and Dragons, because it's not like we've ever gone to prison cells. Right? This is apparently what a dungeon is, which I thought was kind of cool. So over the course of 100 centuries, Ravnica's deep caverns and vaults have been expanded by the delving of various undercity races. Thus, the term dungeon, when applied to the undercity, means a structure excavated from the surrounding rock by intelligent creatures. For example, a great Devkaran city delved into the wall of a vault might be considered a large dungeon with halls and passageways extending for miles from its entranceways. This particular gallery is open, and you have 60 feet,
Yeah.
so you can see out to
Well,
about...
more now because of the dancing lights.
We'll say that you can see that much.
Let me see how far those would go to. Dancing lights, 120 feet.
We'll take this out as well.
That's how far they go, or that's how far the light spreads?
120
Because the light is probably like...
feet's the range.
Does it say what kind of light? Like
Oh
dim
no,
light?
it only sheds dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Oh, yeah.
But
So
I can
it's pretty
send them
close.
out up to 120
Sure.
feet, so I could put them a little bit further ahead of
Okay.
us. So we
Yeah,
might
yeah.
not want to too far because we don't want to like.
They're like probes, essentially.
Yeah.
By the way, while we have time, while we're on the boat talking, I do say to Lucian, we could talk about this more later once we're back in safer territory. But I am in possession of a weapon that could be very useful to us in the fight against some feather.
All right. Do you want to tell me what it is?
I'd rather do it in a safer space, but I just wanted to remind you. I want to bring it up so I don't forget about it or chicken out of telling you that I have it.
All right. I'm a little confused as to why you're only telling me.
Because you're next to me.
Oh, I know, but... okay. Yeah, I suppose that's fair.
You are also an officer of the law, so.
Oh, I see. Well, I feel like our relationship has advanced far enough that we can trust each other with these matters and speak when we need to about these things. I do appreciate it.
I'm a little embarrassed of myself that I still have it, and I'm reconsidering my decision to do so. So.
Well, now I feel like you have to tell me, what is this?
I have Bavlik's cane.
Bavlik's cane?
I took it from the asylum.
The thing that shot the metal...
The thing that he used to simulate the power of conflagration.
Oh.
I took it at the time. I thought it seemed like a good idea. I intended to use it against Elias.
That's a crime. I have to arrest you.
Okay, well, let's do it from here.
No, that was just a joke. I can't. We're in a cavern underground under Ravnica. I can't arrest you here. I guess I could arrest you, but you wouldn't do it. No, that's... Do you know how to use it?
I've been working on it. I don't 100%, but I'm a little... Something has changed in me since we left the Gruul territory, and I'm thinking a little bit more about the merits of my own decision-making. And after leaving the discussion with Aurelia, that's her name, Aurelia? Hearing what happened with Feather and hearing about the corruption is making me second guess using an item that I know belonged to a man who turned himself into a monster.
Ah, I see.
I thought that I was making the right... I thought it would be a useful tool against a very powerful enemy like Elias, but now I'm not so sure that I want the cost of my soul of using it.
Well, I mean, as long as you're pointing it the right direction, I think it's all right, but be careful, because that thing hurts.
I don't have it here. I don't have it with me.
Oh, I assumed not. It was literally a cane. I assume that's not the cane.
No, this
even
is
though
not
it literally looks like a gun.
No, yeah, but
Right.
that's, yeah.
Even though the prop looks like a gun.
Yeah.
That one is the rapier cane. Yeah, that one's the shiv.
Well, as Aurelia said, we're going to need all the help we can get, and if some stick made by some madman helps us defeat an angel of death or whatever it is, I'll take it.
Yeah, I don't trust myself to use it, so I will give it to you when we get back to the stray.
All right. I will do my best then. Thank you.
I have ammo for it, by the way. Just in case you-
Okay, good, because I didn't have any idea how that worked.
I had a Izich friend of mine deliver it.
Oh,
He
excellent.
owes me a favor.
I do trust them. Sort of.
So this particular gallery is open, mostly, and it looks like the sluiceway continues through.
Sluiceway?
Sluiceway. Sluice?
I have no idea. I
it's
just
a
thought it was a fun
sluice.
word.
The sluiceway continues in this direction.
I think I can get to 7-Eleven.
This is, just for the audience's sake, this is cavern wall, and it sort of caves up dome-like-ish in this sort of area.
This is awesome, by the way.
Yeah,
it's
thanks
really
to Alex,
cool.
Alex Ward, for letting me borrow all of this cavern terrain. It is mostly flat. There is proof of paved stones in some of the area, as you can see. There is a section that has some oozing tubes in it here that sort of have a bit of a dry ice kind of feel.
Standard Golgari oozing tubes.
Right, standard Golgari oozing tubes right here. And over in this section right here, you see a raised portion. This looks like this is the remnants of a raised platform or dais. You'd have to get closer to it to get any sort of information on that. As the lights are fluttering about, and quite obvious, you do see 2 crawl warriors land. They have wings. These are winged crawl warriors. And chitter at you. Arthur the cat is not pleased, and she's not happy as they flutter down. And a humanoid being of some kind from out of the darkness sort of appears and wanders in this direction. State your business.
Can I make him out at all with the light, or is it dark?
Make a what would this be? This would be perception.
Okay.
You can see in black and white. The rest of you can just hear a voice from the darkness that sounds like a voice, but like the impression of a voice, as if made by the right kind of harmonics. It doesn't sound like vocal chords so much. 12? I mean, it looks like a humanoid something.
Okay.
What is your business here?
I'm a tour guide in the Undercity, and I am... Is he speaking common, or is he speaking something else?
Common.
I'm a tour guide in the Undercity, and I'm giving these Upper City dwellers a tour of the cavern.
You must have made the wrong turn.
Yes, we couldn't really control the river. We've been quite lost for a few hours.
We've been very demanding clients, and we keep asking her to take us to places she didn't want to.
It's been a hassle.
Oh, the smell is awful.
This
not
isn't
welcome here.
new, Prov.
What is the quickest route to get back?
Turn around.
Well, no, we came from that way.
Around. Your choices are to turn around or to try to pass.
We have to follow the flow of the river. That's how water flow works.
That is how
And
boats work.
Big, scary demon
Present
thing.
your guild insignia if you wish to pass.
Okay, and then I actually open up my my little what's it called?
The pass.
Multipass?
No, actually, I have something different. I have the Thieves Tools Kit that we bought last season, the Keymaster Rogues Kit. This pouch is basically like a little miniature bag of holding, and it only holds just
And
enough
the
items
stuff
for
that's
thieves
in
stuff.
it is on the back.
Yeah. Oh,
and
okay.
then that
I
has
have it in
like
my
Yeah.
D&D Beyond page because I copied the card then. But one of the things that it has in it is it has 10 guild signet rings, one for each guild.
Oh, wow.
They don't have the magical powers, like they don't have the charms, but they pass inspection.
Right.
Which actually Velma kind of already had anyway, but this is like fun to have the actual item card to use for it. So
this being will allow the boat, if you want, the boat will come up to here, and now you can see this being is human, but it's not really skeletal, but certainly not. I mean, it does a passing human impression.
One thing that I do underneath the like grimy overcloak that I was wearing,
Yes.
I whisper ribbons to myself, and I transform my like leather armor into like what looks like a nice like tour guide, like green. This is what I was kind of doing, like a Golgari-esque, but like maybe not like a high ranking or anything like that. Just like a civilian.
As you approach, you certainly immediately identify that this is a Devkaren.
Okay.
They are very clearly Undercity elf. They have the long flowing grayish hair. They have paint on their face that sort of is painted like a skeleton, which gives them certainly a more skeletal appearance. And we'll look at your signet ring and say, Golgari, you may pass. Your friends, they must turn away.
No, I need them. They're paying me.
Make a deception check for the group.
Okay.
Group deception.
We all roll?
Yes. And as you're looking around, you also see other crawl around the area.
I got a 7.
One of whom is sort of over here.
Okay, I had a 15 on my first one, but I am pretending to be somebody else, so I get another roll. And that one is going to be a 28.
Wow. Yours was 7. Yours was?
15.
Yours was?
16.
Okay, pretty good. And what were you saying?
I said that I was being paid as a tour guide to take these Upper City dwellers through the cavern.
You're not allowed in the cavern. This is the entrance to Krozda. You're not allowed past.
I know that. As I have said to you, the river flow took us a wrong direction, and I am just trying to get them out of here safely so the other guilds don't come down on us for letting these tourists get hurt in the wrong cave.
Excuse me, you said you would take us to Krozda, and they are not letting us through.
Look, I'm just trying to get you home safely so that my boss doesn't come down on me, all right?
Make an animal handling check for me.
Okay. Okay, that's going to be an 18.
Okay. Arthur is trying to get out of the boat.
Yeah.
You are able to subdue Arthur in the moment.
All right.
Not pleased.
Do you see, even my guide animal is sick It is frustrated, and I just want to get this out here. And this is the fastest way to go.
If you wish to return to the surface, you need to turn around.
I'm not trying to return to the surface. I'm trying to get them into the Undercities so they can explore. That's what their passes were for. Look, do you want me to go back and tell my boss that I have to do this? Because this is I'm being paid on by the hour. I don't mind making more time.
What you tell your boss?
Well, I'm just trying to make an honest living. All right. Do you really want these surface dwellers to come and tell their people that the Golgari were cruel and
I
violent?
don't want these surface dwellers anywhere near me.
But I'm trying to get away from you. But you're keeping us here.
I'm so excited to see the Undercity.
Make a group persuasion check.
Okay.
Ooh, persuasion I got.
Ooh, I rolled good.
That's going to be... Do I get advantage on this one as well, or just deception when it's active?
Just deception.
Okay.
I got 17.
Well, I still got 21. So.
16.
I got an 8.
Well, still above the middle.
Yeah, I got 21.
Why are you going to Krosta? Why do you wish to enter the maze?
They think the maze will be exciting and fun adventure, and I'm just trying to put food in my kids' mouths, all right?
My great grandpa was a maze minotaur, you know, so like it's like a family heritage thing.
There's not a lot of great mazes on surface.
I hear that the Golgari break numerous building regulations downstairs, and I had to see them for myself. This cave is atrocious.
I needed to see the final cycle of life.
Yeah.
I'm here to experience the death side.
I'm just trying to feed my kids, man. Look, you can see that I'm deaf-colored.
And so we'll say that the boat has continued to move. How about as the Dev Karen is deciding what to do here, and so you can see more. Well, let's put these off to the side here, so you can see more of the cavern, and you can see in front of you. There is some sort of this is actually fine. Some sort of large stone plinth object in front of this avenue out, and then there is an avenue in this direction as well. And there is another, these guard crawl sort of flit to various points about the map. You then see another one over there. And then I would say, Tutoru, you're in the back. Make a perception check for me.
Okie dokie. Does it have to do with smell by any chance?
Nope.
Okay, it's an 8.
Okay.
The smell down here is rot.
Good to know.
Fungus and rot.
It's awful.
Yep. Your presence is bothersome.
Tell me about it. I'm just trying to make some money, man. Look, I got kids. One of them's hooked on glow spore. I'm just trying to make sure that she's healthy and.
All right, well, pay the toll.
What's the toll?
And you can insight check this, but she will say 10 gold apiece.
Oh, that's a critic fail.
Seems like the toll's 10 gold apiece.
That's totally fair.
Just pay her the 10 gold.
Do you have that?
I don't think I have that.
I don't think you all have that.
I don't
I've
carry
never
money.
counted money in this game.
No. And you don't have that much.
Yeah, Boros also specifically is like, you're never going to have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay, so back in character. Just pay her the 10 gold.
All right. Yes. Let me just. Oh, I don't seem. I must have dropped my wallet.
Are you kidding me right now?
I swear of course.
Were you planning on stiffing me this entire time?
No, of course not. If when we get back, I can of course pay you.
Actually, I like this.
Aren't you a
this
cop?
Mini, this mini better. Are you a cop? You're a cop?
She
He said he's looking for building regulations already. I was like, but that's not what
She meant
okay.
a copper enthusiast.
I tire of your tricks.
I'm not good at this.
Okay, my name is Lucian Ladrian. I'm of the Azorian Senate, and I need you to stand down right now. I was playing.
Interesting.
I did not know this.
Let's say she didn't.
Let's say she didn't. Roll for initiative.
Son of a bitch.
So we got a lot of baddies here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4,
Fiends at my front door.
5 of the winged crawl, and we have this being as well.
Now I get it. Now I don't get a 1. Now I get a 21.
Yay! That's good.
I got.
All right, 20 and above.
I got 21.
21. 20 to 15. 15 to 10.
I got a 14.
What did you get?
Not great.
14.
Yeah, I got a 14.
Right there with you.
10 to 5.
5.
I got a 1.
Oh no!
Interesting. What is your dexterity?
No, I got a 2, and then it's negative 1.
Oh, subtract?
Yeah, so.
Okay, I rolled a 1 and get a +1. So those will go before you.
Dang.
That's cool, it's cool.
This isn't exactly your
Actually,
favorite terrain.
we'll switch these up. We'll go
Yeah.
crawl.
How?
Would you guys say we could argue that this is both a mountain and a forest at the moment?
Yes. It's an underground forest.
Right. But also kind of mountainy, right?
Yes.
You're inside of a volcano.
I think it's pretty
It's a
mountainy.
mountain. A volcano's a mountain.
Totally counts.
Velma, you're up first.
Okay, what is she wearing?
Let's see what she is wearing. She is a Golgari shaman.
Make fun of their fashion.
Yes.
She got that medal on her.
Yeah, is she
That dress
wearing
was
metal?
so
That's
last
what I'm
year.
asking
You,
about.
Hide armor.
Okay.
70 piercings.
Has a quarterstaff.
What's it made of?
Wood
Okay.
or fungus.
Man.
You were talking
No
about
piercings?
delving
Yeah, fun.
earlier, and then there's an insect thing over there, and for a minute I was like, what? Oh, that's kind of Innistrad-y.
Oh, I
I'm
should
gonna
roll.
count.
Delver
I'm gonna
secrets.
cast
Yep, go ahead.
Dissonant Whispers on it.
Okay.
So
On the
she
shaman?
need- on the shamans. The shaman needs to make a wisdom saving throw, beat 15.
Great.
Prepare your spell.
Wisdom, 13 on the dice, +3.
Okay,
It's the
so
same one
she
as
beat
last
it,
week.
but she does
Oh,
still
great.
take half the damage.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So the
boy.
damage on this guy, I think it's 2d8 at the level that I
What a
cast it
bad
at.
thing.
Dissonant Whispers. It's 3d6. Let me roll those, and then she'll take half this damage.
Great.
Okay, so that one's cocked. So that's 9 plus 6. That's gonna be 15. That's half of 15.
So 7.
Yeah, 7 psychic damage.
Cool. She will take all of that, as psychic damage seems to be an effective manner of hurting that person.
Okay.
That was not a charming spell, was it?
No, that was Dissonant Whispers.
Great, good to know.
I don't think it's charming. Let me double check. But
Next up will be the Crawl. The Crawl warriors will take their turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think it's charming. It's a fear spell.
This Crawl will not be able to get all the way there, is floating above. This Crawl is... And all of the other Crawl are going to be floating and then attempt to fire spears at you. Looks like it's going to be 2 at Astaroth and 1 at Velma.
Yeah, that's fair.
So these are the 2 at Astaroth. One of them's a 3 on the dice. The other one is 21 to hit.
Astaroth, well, yeah, 21 is going to hit.
Okay.
But Astaroth, I think the reason that his initiative is so low and he gets hit by this is because he's just not clear if we've broken out of pretending to be
And we're also in a boat, so it might be kind of hard for him to get to something.
Take 8.
All right.
8 piercing.
Yeah.
So this one is not quite there yet, so it is going to throw at Velma at disadvantage. So the 4 is not going to do it. 4 plus 4, so 8. And then the other one had normal attack. That's a 16 on the dice, so that one's going to be 20 to hit.
To hit Velma?
To hit Velma.
Okay, that
Damn.
hits.
Take 4.
4 damage?
4 piercing.
Okay.
And the final Crawl will disturb this sepulcher over here that you now see has a lid of some kind.
Never something you want to hear.
And so we're going to roll initiative on what that thing is.
Don't disturb it.
So that'll go last, actually. We'll just put that as last. Okay, lots of stuff happening here. Oh, and then this thing is going to go in here.
Just walked over and started slapping it.
Lucian, it's your turn.
Okay. Are these things floating?
They're flying. They're a
flying?
bit above. They're about 10 feet up. This one is maybe 20 feet up. This one is, some amount of distance up, yes.
Okay, we're all still in the boat?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Velma's initiative was so high because she was like ready to fight the second they arrived. She's just like holding off for it to happen, but as soon as it popped off, she was like ready to go.
Yep. Makes sense to me.
Well, I tried really hard to stop it from happening, but here we go.
You were reading the room.
Above the
Yeah.
ground, are they?
I was
Or above the
trying
maybe,
very hard to parse the situation.
Let's say 20, 20, and 20, and like 30. Let's say this thing is like still up here.
20 feet off the ground. Oof. That's
Maybe
good.
10. 10, 15, 20. Something like that. Why? We'll say 10, 15, 20.
Here's my idea. I want to cast Water Walking on us.
Okay.
So that people who do physical attacks can attack them, but I don't know if their reach is high enough. I think hers will be because she's super tall.
Sure.
I don't know if his will be.
Okay.
So, I guess I'm going to try that.
Great.
So I'm
I
gonna
like
cast,
that idea.
I'm going to cast Water Walk on all of us.
Goodness,
Great.
because I hate water.
I mean, how often do you get a chance to cast Water Walk?
Right,
Yeah,
yeah,
true.
exactly. It is a third level. It's a pretty big spell. It's a third level spell. So, the ability to move across any liquid surfaces: water, acid, mud, snow, quicksand, or lava, as if it was harmless, solid ground.
Sweet.
10 willing creatures will get this ability for 1 hour.
Cool.
Awesome.
Oh man,
So you
this
choose-
is crazy
You need the
useful.
boat.
You can choose the four of you and Arthur if you want, and any number of other beings. It doesn't seem like you want to do that.
I don't
And-
think I do, unless I guess I wouldn't know if Crawl go underwater. Like I'd love for him to try to dive and just
sure.
hit solid ground. You know,
Sure.
like I don't see a bad reason to do it.
And we have to be willing for it to work too.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah, it does say willing, so I guess it's up to them.
So
Right.
you have water walking now
And I will move back that way.
on the. So you
Yes.
you can go 5, 10, 15,
A
20,
little more this way too.
20,
Yeah, get me to like
25.
one more. Yeah,
There?
That's good.
Cool. And you're
Yeah.
standing on the water like
Yes.
it's ice skates.
Yes, exactly.
Great.
And that is my action, so I can do a bonus but not a spell. So cool, that's it for me.
Okay. Astarock.
All right. So Astarock is gonna do what Astarock does in situations like this, and
Is that the same thing he does in every situation?
yes,
Great.
he's going to hit them with an axe.
Perfect.
So Astarock is sitting in the boat. And he's like, "Oh, okay, we're not pretending anymore. Fine," and leaps out of the boat, and just will two-handed axe down. Go for the
At the
shaman.
main one?
Yeah,
Great.
I think that
yeah,
seems
make
like
an attack.
cut the head off, right?
Great, make an attack.
Okay, first attack.
Try and disturb his speckle
out of the
or whatever
thing.
it was.
Okay, so that's a 17.
17 will hit.
Hey, wait, maybe it's not 17. Yes, it is a 17. Plus 7 is my thing there. Hurrah! So that's a D10 plus 4. Yes!
Ooh, it's a 9.
Oh boy. So that's a 13.
Okay, 13 damage.
13 damage from the first. And then I will hit again.
Awesome.
So that is a
Where's my PHB?
18.
Can you borrow one? I have one.
18 hits.
Right.
Yes, hey.
Because 17 hit, so logically.
Is it right there behind your other book?
And that is 8
Yeah,
damage.
here.
Oh, thank you. 8 more as both axes hit. Not particularly well armored, this being. Quite hardy, though, this Dev Karen.
Hardy boy. It's a girl. But.
Sort of clicks at you.
Should've let us go on the tour.
After Astarock, it is the shaman's go. The shaman will say, shaman's got some cool stuff. Let me get all this stuff out of the way because the shaman, unsurprisingly, can cast some spells. So,
Doesn't seem right.
what do I want to cast? I think I want to cast this one. Let's see here. Oh boy. Make a Constitution saving throw, Astarock.
Okay.
Oh, no, he good at that.
I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, you good.
So
You're better than you used to be.
I got an 11, which is a 17.
Yeah, he hardy boy.
Oh, actually, it's an 18 because I did not
You
factor in my
pass.
raised constitution. Into
You
my-
pass. So
Right.
instead of taking 8d8
Oh,
of
my.
necrotic damage from blight, you will take half that much.
Holy
Still, give it.
barf! That was
Oh, man, stop rolling 8s.
Oh,
wow.
At least they're being halved. Ooh.
42
Wow.
halved
Okay.
21.
is 21.
Blackjack.
Necrotic damage. You're not a plant being, are you?
Nope.
Okay. Because if you were, you would make the saving throw at disadvantage and take max damage.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so you'll take that much damage.
Because he hit the shaman?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
this is the spell
Oh,
for
that's
the
a
turn.
spell.
Doesn't
Okay.
The Golgari cast Blight.
Cast blight. Gotcha.
As you feel necrotic energy wash over you.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so wait, he cast it on me, right?
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
You're not undead or a construct either, right?
Nope.
And now it will
Not that he knows.
it will go after you dealt it some damage, and it dealt you some damage, and now it is going to attempt to run away. You have a attack of opportunity.
That I will take. So that's an 18.
Yep, that'll hit.
So,
Get back here, you Golgari jerk.
okay, so that is a, that's an 11.
11 damage.
Good job thinking quick.
Dope. Well, you dealt it quite a bit, but it also dealt you quite a bit.
Yeah.
Tutoru, it's now your turn.
Wonderful. When I saw that shaman
Yes.
druid thing, do that to Astaroth, did it look like they were saying something verbally as they did it?
Let's see here.
Is it a verbal spell? Probably.
Probably. What did I
Mostly-
say? Light, verbal, and somatic. So it did some hand motions before it touched it with necrotic energy.
Okay, and all the crawl are flying?
Yes.
Wonderful. I'm gonna make sure I have my Skyblender staff in hand.
Dope.
And then I'm going to get off the boat and get onto that step area where they were. Onto that thing. Yep, there.
Right here?
Great.
Cool.
And then I'm going to cast Silence
Ooh.
on the main thing.
Right here?
Yeah, it's a
On
20-foot
this?
radius.
Cool. Yeah.
Yes.
What does silence do?
For the duration, no sound can be created within or pass through the 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range. So I guess if they move.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say, just so you know, they can move out
They
of
can
it.
move.
But if you get next to them and do it, then it'll be harder for them to do it.
Oh, should I wait
It's
then?
But, I mean-
also, I'm going to denote where the silence, if you want to do this,
Yeah.
then I'm going to denote where the silenced area is with these. You're still keeping up your dancing lights, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
'cause
that'll stop that
people
guy from
can't
disturbing
see
you.
otherwise.
Yeah, that's true.
Can I? Because I just can't. Yeah. I just can't use I can't cast the concentration spell.
So
once
this
can
would
I?
be the area
Oh, I just thought of
where
something.
silence
Oh,
is happening.
What?
Nothing. It's fine.
no.
It's too late. It's way too late.
Okay.
So far late from that.
All right. Yeah. That's.
This is the silenced area.
I think that's fine.
Or it could scoot a little bit, but it's generally in this
Yeah.
kind of area.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
Cool.
And then I'm gonna move my full movement as close as I can.
So you went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
Yep, that looks
right
good.
up to the edge of the silenced area?
Yep.
Great.
And yeah, so any creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage, and creatures are deafened while entirely inside. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible there.
Nice.
Good to know.
So all my dancing lights. It's not a concentration spell, so I think that once I've cast it, it lasts for a minute. So
Okay.
I have 10 rounds before I have to recast it.
Great.
Oh wait, but we can't see.
It's dancing. It's active for a minute before I have to recast it.
Yeah, but it's only 10 feet of light, right?
Yeah, but I mean like
Each light is 10 feet, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And we'll say
Okay.
that there's enough bioluminescent fungi at this point.
Great.
That
Whew, that's all I needed.
We can see.
Yeah.
It's not
I mean,
great.
I can't do anything about it if
I
it
might
wasn't
impose.
Also true.
I might impose disadvantage on some of these rolls because people are fluttering about. The light isn't great. You know, this is it's a mess in here. It is hot and humid, by the way. It was mostly cold until you started heading in this direction, and certainly the heat feels like it's coming from this passageway, whereas most of the sluice continues in that direction. This seems to be sort of a grotto kind of area. And as you look over here, you do see that it's sort of a gate kind of situation where there are some risen pillars in this area.
I'm sorry, actually, I would have moved to that scroll, or as close
This
as I
one?
could. Yeah,
Right
there
here?
you go. Thank you.
Right up with the one that's in... Sure, it's not next to it. It is floating above the ground, about 10 feet.
Okay, split the difference in the middle of that area? No.
How do you mean, like so?
By the, yep.
Right there?
Yep,
Cool.
thank you.
Okay. It is initiative count 0. On initiative count 0, lair actions will commence. I will say that I'm not going to use any of the Golgari lair actions yet, in the interest of disturbing the tomb. And the tomb lid pops open, and a large hoof kicks out. And sitting up from the tomb,
And where's the tomb at?
right here,
Okay.
is a minotaur skeleton.
We definitely don't hear any of that.
Yeah, you just see the...
The large stone
Which is kind
slab
of creepier.
slams silently against the ground, and it goes...
Wow, this is strange.
And it will sit up, and getting up from prone will cost it half its movement.
And Ruben practiced that Minotaur roar like all week, and now oh, there it is.
And now will come out, and this minotaur skeleton is coming after Tutoru right now.
Oh boy.
2-2, are you activate? Defense says.
It is going to use its big axe in its hand. It is
Cool.
made of obsidian.
Oh,
this
every Minotaur's
axe.
got to use an axe.
Oh man.
It is this axe
That's
looks
such a stereotype.
yeah. This
But also like
this axe is made of obsidian, sort of shiny black blade as it swipes down at Tutoru. 17 to hit.
Ah, you just hit it, yeah.
All right.
Damn, no. I was wrong. I thought that was much higher.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
13 damage.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Better than average.
You're good.
Or worse than average,
I
I
didn't
should
take
say.
20 something.
As the Minotaur skeleton swings down upon you. Top of the round, Velma. Boy, this is a mess, huh?
Yeah, Velma's
Does Arthur want to do anything?
I think well, you tell me because I don't control Arthur yet.
Sure.
Right? So
I would say Arthur is going to try to run away.
okay, that's fair.
We'll put Arthur. We'll put Arthur
Yeah,
over here.
and she can run across the water, so
Yes.
which she's probably not super cool about. But
Doesn't love the water.
Velma's move is going to be. Would you say the Minotaur and this buggy and the shaman are all within a 20-foot cube of each other?
These two,
No, all three of those.
5, 10, 15, 20. These two are.
And the shaman?
And this is
Like 20 by
5,
20?
10, 15. Sure, let's say that.
Okay. Have all three of them make me a. It's gonna be a dexterity saving throw to beat 15.
Minotaur. That's probably not. So Minotaur fails. Shaman fails. Crawl succeeds.
Okay, well the Minotaur and the shaman, you guys, are bathed in fairy fire.
Yeah.
I finally made it work.
Hooray!
And so they become bathed in purplish, sparkly light.
Yeah. So now for the
monumental.
next minute, any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible.
Great.
Hooray.
Good
Finally.
news.
Roll credits.
About time.
Yeah.
We did it.
There it is.
Velma just leveled up.
Anything else?
That's her move, her action, and I think her move is going to be to kind of like move towards the back of the boat because she thinks that like right now she doesn't want to be in the way of swords and things swinging around.
Okay. It'll be the crawl's turn. This crawl will come down into melee combat with Astaroth.
Okay.
19
Bring
on
it.
the dice.
What?
Yeah, that's good.
So the crawl warriors, how do they hit? They hit with a d6 plus 2. Take 5. This one will fly at Tutoru. 17
Damn.
plus 4.
So
Oh,
Skyblinder staff.
Ooh, yeah.
If a flying creature you can see within range makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to hold the staff aloft and cause it to flare with light. The attacker has disadvantage on the attack roll and must succeed a D15 Constitution saving throw, or they will be blinded.
Oh, sweet.
Does that affect all of them?
Any of them that attack me. If a flying creature you can see makes an attack, you can.
So you could use it against one of them.
Yeah, I would use it against whoever's attacking me, probably.
I think it makes sense.
It's blinded.
Yeah.
That's pretty good though.
That's sweet.
And it misses its attack. So this one is blind and misses its attack as you hold your Skyblinder staff aloft and shine bright light into its eyes.
Shine bright like a diamond.
It's such a Gandalf moment.
These two will come at
shall
Velma.
not pass.
These two will come at Velma.
Is that once a turn? That's great.
Yeah, that's amazing.
13 plus 4.
That one hits.
Okay.
Good.
8 slashing. And this last one is on its way to Astaroth, but not quite there.
Okay.
Okay, hang on. I have to do a Constitution check.
Okay.
Ooh, natural 20.
Nice.
The fairy fire stays up.
Great. I will say with the natural 20, the fairy fire will just stay up.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Because it's the first time that you've cast it, that it successfully worked,
Shoot.
and that you rolled a 20 on that side.
I'm actually proud of myself that I remember that I had to check for damage.
Yeah,
That's
that's
very,
perfect.
very good.
Constitution, very good.
I feel like I'm learning from you.
Perfect.
Thanks. I would have narked you. Totally.
Let's go to Lucian. You're up next.
Cool. So, everything's gone to crap, and I backed up. I'm going to get as close as I can to Astaroth. Oh, that's not Astaroth.
Oh yeah, that one's Astaroth. That one.
I know all Minotaurs are like...
But
that one's a skeleton,
At this point, I can only apologize.
Really impressive.
So you're about 10, let's say you're 10 feet from Astaroth if you want to be.
Perfect.
We'll eat something. I mean, for...
Okay, and I'm going to use my Channel Divinity Orders Demand.
Okay.
So I hold out my scroll, which I don't have in front of me for some dumb reason. And this time I do say, okay, I am a tourist here, and I demand that you listen to me. Who is your manager? Take me to your manager. And they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
All of them?
Everybody that can hear me.
Wow. They're all bunched up.
Within 30 feet.
Yep, they're all within 30 feet of you.
Did it. But I'm also making myself a huge target.
Okay, so these two, what kind of save is this?
Wisdom.
Yikes. What's the DC?
15.
Oh yeah, they are not going to succeed on... Yeah, no.
Great.
Those two fail.
12.
Then these two. These two succeed. These two fail.
Okay.
And then Minotaur, other crawl. Minotaur succeeds, other one fails.
Okay.
And this one's too far away.
Yep.
They
So
can't hear you.
these three
Yeah,
succeed.
they're in a silence area.
Right,
so.
this is
They're
silence over
That's too
here.
far, that's great.
These three succeed, those three fail.
Great.
And what do they have to do?
They are charmed
Okay.
until they take damage, and then I also cause them to drop whatever they are holding when they fail.
So they drop their harpoons
Great.
into the water.
Great. Cool. Yes.
This one clatters to the ground.
Cool. Great.
Great.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. So the first thing Astaroth is going to do is just quick. He's going to take out his new guild signet that he's got. And just be like,
Let's see how this baby works.
and just activate. Use his
Heroism?
action to activate heroism.
Cool.
Which basically makes me immune to fear. And then at the beginning of each round, I gain hit points.
10 hit points. Yeah. This is good.
Yeah, that's going to be useful. Now, it says hit points equal to your spellcasting ability modifier.
Right.
Do you know what the, assumed spellcasting ability
Whatever the
modifier is?
highest you have is.
It's got to be strength for me.
Of the three of the mental stats.
Of the mental stats? Not
Yeah,
as great.
strength is not your spell cast. Well, you know what? How about this? Listen here.
He's got a fist as an emblem.
I'm
Come
a
on.
muscle caster.
The entire campaign, you've been using the fighter's lockpick.
This is true.
You've been using the fighter's
traps.
convincing tool, the convincer's trap finder, or the fighter's trap finder.
I also had a joke in our Facebook chat that I liked, which is that I should have a wand of magic muscle.
That's true.
That's pretty great.
I'll
I'll tell you what. What's your highest stat?
My highest stat is strength. At
What's
a
your
+4.
What's your second highest stat?
Constitution at a +3.
I'll say your constitution in this case is your spellcasting ability.
I will take it.
The cut of your jib is how you cast your spells.
Yeah.
Your
Boros.
gut instinct.
I'm just like, you know what? I do think this is how it should work.
That's a +4. You get +1 for all 4 of that muscle of your stomachs for your gut instinct there.
Great. I will take it.
Great. On deck is going to be the shaman, followed by Tuturu.
Well, so I still have my move,
You
right?
do, yeah.
Okay, so well, the first thing I gain 3 hit points from that, or I gain 3 temporary hit points from that, which I'll use. And then I'm gonna take my action surge to just so that I can actually get an attack on one of those guys.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do that. Where's my 20? Oh, it's over here. Okay, yeah, so I kind of go, and I'm all grueled up, and I'm like, haha, I'm Hero Astrok. His voice doesn't change like that. And then 2 attacks, like I do. Okay, so that's a 14.
On
that cruel. who's
yeah,
attacking
14
me.
hits.
All right.
Oh, sorry, on the warrior?
No, on the one that's attacking, or whichever one is attacking me.
Yeah, 14 does not hit.
Okay.
They have a lot of armor, these guys.
Also, isn't that guy flying though? What is that?
He's aloft, but he can swing at
Great.
him up.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Okay, well, I will take another attack.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's a 10.
Tough to hit. Floats around, floats like a butterfly, and you can't get it.
Well, I messed up. I guess I could have the ability to, as a reaction, turn in my Groom Charm and get an extra attack, but I'll save that.
Okay. After Astaroth, it is now the shaman's turn. The shaman's going to make a intelligence check to see if it knows what's happening. It does not know what's happening.
Great.
It's going to attempt to cast a spell.
Yes,
Let's
please
see what spell requires. It does have a verbal component, so it's going to expend its Cure Wounds,
Burn those
targeting
spell slots.
itself, and it will have no effect as it is in the silent area, and it will,
Burn those spell slots.
and then sort of go in this direction off to this side.
Now I can use.
Tuturu, it's your turn.
Great. How's Astrak and Velma looking?
Velma's doing okay. She could be doing a little better.
I have 20 hit points, 3 temporary hit points. I will gain 3 temporary hit points every round.
Okay.
Well, not on top
I'm
of
at-
temporary.
I'm at 21 out of 33.
You're also being.
I think so.
The
You're
temp will
also
go
in
away.
trouble.
Yeah, this is true. That's
Yeah.
I
I think Velma's okay for now because the 2 Kroll that are next to her are charmed, so they're not
Okay.
going to attack her.
Does Channel Divinity count as a spell, or
No.
is that something different?
It is something different. It is an ability.
All right, I'm gonna turn undead that Minotaur.
Great.
Ooh, good call.
Wait, actually, can we clarify this real quick?
What's up?
Because it says, Heroism says, until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns. So does
when-
that keep stacking?
Yeah.
No.
No.
When you gain 10 hit points, it replaces your current 10
10 hit
points.
point, yeah. So if you take more damage, then you'll get those 4 back. And then
But
if you
If I take nothing, would I gain 3?
You would just
no,
be
you would just top up to 4 or 3
or
whatever
whatever
the
it is.
number
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So you want to take hits when you have this.
Right.
Okay.
That's why it's heroism. You want to go in there and get hit.
Right, okay.
Which is, I mean, you probably will.
What do I need to do for turn undead?
Turn undead. What do you do? I just had it up here.
Oh, I got it.
I'm gonna take
It
this silence out
says
of here.
I present my holy symbol, which is my book,
Yep.
Holy
And?
symbol, Batman.
my tree, and then each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet. So if there's any hiding,
Yep. Just this one.
they must make a wisdom saving throw.
That's going to be a no. I think this thing has negative wisdom.
If the creature fails its saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage.
Which means?
A turned creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away as it can. If it can't willingly move a space within 30 feet of you, or it can't move within 30 feet of you willingly.
Yep. Got it.
It also can't take reactions. For its action, it can only use dash. If there's nowhere to move, the creature uses the dodge action.
Great.
And if it fails its saving throw and it's a lower CR than me, it's instantly destroyed.
Oh, what's your CR?
Where do I check that?
Your
It's
challenge
lower
rating?
than your challenge rating?
Yeah.
Is that
What
what
is
it
your challenge
says?
rating?
Yeah.
CR?
Lower
It
than
says destroy if its CR is lower than the threshold of your level. Sorry.
Oh,
threshold
level.
of your level.
Yeah,
so what's
so-
the threshold
That
on
might
your
be, like,
channel
the-
divinity?
yeah, that's in the player's handbook under.
Cleric.
Cleric,
PHP
yeah, it's like a-
60.
Yeah, go to that page because I'll tell you. There's like a table for.
Looking it up?
Weird.
Is it going to be here?
It should also be there, but
PHP 60.
It's not.
Oh, let me search.
Turn undead. Channel divinity.
Destroy undead is what this
Okay,
one's called.
so at 5th level, it's if they have a CR of 1/2 or lower,
Oh, this thing's CR is
destroys
3.
it.
Darn it.
So, not destroyed, but it is turned.
Okay, that's fine.
But if it was a bunch of zombies, they'd
If
be
it was a
all-
bunch of zombies, they'd all be
That'll do.
turned
Yeah.
to dust. Yeah.
Okay, and then as my bonus action, I will do my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Let me make sure that doesn't require concentration. I just had it.
I mean, silence is
think it
pretty
does.
much gone at this point.
Yeah,
That's
silence
true.
is gone.
It
let's
doesn't,
say.
but yeah. All right, spiritual weapon.
Cool.
So little tree mace sprouts out, and I'm going to stick it on the one that I'm going to send it over by the ones that are near these two.
These
Wait,
two or
actually,
these
what
two?
did you
Wait,
cast
those
on
two
them?
are charms,
Yeah.
so if you attack them, they'll attack
I'll do it
them.
on
So.
yeah
These
those.
two. Cool. And you get an immediate attack with that,
Yes.
right? So go ahead and roll an attack against one of them.
12 plus 5 is 17 plus 1 from Skyblinder, so 18.
Okay. 18 hits.
All right, and then that is 1d6. Oh wait, actually, it's 1d8. Sorry. 1d8. So 5 plus 2. Oh, 7.
Okay. That one takes 7 damage.
Oh wait, spellcasting ability modifier.
So if it takes more damage, let me know. This one is going to move 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's going to try to go back into the box,
Great.
essentially.
It takes 10. Sorry.
Takes 10. Okay, cool.
I love
does
that
it-
going back in the box.
You
Does it
do-
leave her- Does she get an attack of
You
opportunity?
do get an attack of opportunity. On it.
Sweet. Well, that's a 2.
Okay, that does not hit. And it will basically turn back into bones and fall back into the box.
It literally turned undead.
This creature is essentially out of this combat now.
Great.
Hooray!
Yay, turn undead!
Clerics, clerics, clerics!
So there it is. Then, on initiative count 0, out of the darkness you hear, do any of you speak primordial?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Out of the darkness you hear, yeah, you could. Out of the darkness you hear, from over here, you hear some, and you see a little bit of a wave sort of ripple out from the darkness. And climbing up on the top of this rock right here, you see a small mushroom.
Aw.
Hey!
Wait, no!
No.
It's
It's-
that mushroom we saw before.
It's not good.
Oh, it's good.
No, it's not.
Make
We're
a
unclear.
yeah, right? You don't even have to make a perception check. It is the mushroom that you've seen before.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is going to be what happens on initiative count
Do you
0.
not remember the mushroom?
From the other time when we were down here the last time, right?
Yeah, but also in the vision class.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Velma, it's your turn.
I can move from those two without getting attacked because they're charmed,
Correct.
right? Okay, and do you think I can make it to the other crawl within 25 feet?
This one?
No, the one that's attacking Tutsuru.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So I'm going to do that. And do you think in the time that I was moving, I could have undone the sword from my rapier?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that with my rapier.
Great.
Well, that one's charmed too, though, isn't it?
Is it charmed?
Yes.
It's only trying for one turn. So like,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's also the one that I have
Yeah.
advantage on to
I don't
attack,
know if
and it's
it's an
also
instant charm.
right behind you.
Ah.
So.
Get out, Jordan.
Hey, an is it charm is a thing. I'll grab this.
And when I made the is a joke, I was like, "Oh, you don't know these jokes yet."
Hey, I'm just saying. We were just saying they happen a lot.
Okay, so
that
that's
didn't mean we weren't gonna
21.
make them.
That's a 21, and this is going to be a so 21's my advantage hit.
Okay.
And I get to do a that's 1d8 plus 2. So
And that one's not been hit yet, right?
right. Okay, so that's 1d8 plus 2. So that's actually going to be a 10. That's 10 piercing damage.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and spend one of my bardic inspirations
Yep.
to use psychic blades on it.
Jeez.
And that's going to be another 3d6.
Cut it down.
Yeah, that's the job.
Psychic blades.
Okay, that right now is 9 plus another 2, so that's going to be 11 psychic damage.
Wow. Yikes.
Yeah,
As-
Velma the tank.
that one definitely, well, your
She's a
DPS.
a bank.
Yeah.
Wait, what were you saying?
DPS, damage per second output fighter.
Yeah.
A little bit of a, not a high, the tank is the one who wants to take damage too.
Yeah, I got it. It's fun.
And that one, I'm sorry. And so psychic energy transfers and etches around that crawl, and it is looking rough.
Just like a blaster. but without
Fortunately, it is the crawl's turn. most of the crawl are charmed.
Just 3 of them.
These 3 are charmed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
which
one
just
will-
means that they can't attack me.
Okay. Well, we'll say.
Will they
that-
stop being charmed once its friends get attacked? Is that the thing that happened in the other?
I'm going to say that only these 2 can attack right now. They're both going to attack
Yeah, that
Astaroth.
seems fair.
21,
21 will hit.
18.
Damn.
18 matches my armor class.
Okay, so you're going to
That's a
take
hit, right? Yeah.
Damn.
15 damage.
Oh, no!
man.
Is that for just one attack?
Nope, that's both.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
thank
I rolled
God.
a 6 and a 5.
But you'll get your
sixes.
Yep.
10 back next round.
There you
And
go,
So
see?
that's the crawl's turn. The crawls, the other crawls will hear the noise and see this and will begin running away.
Just FYI, healer friends, on a scale of 1 to 54, I'm at an 8.
Right.
So-
I don't heal things.
This one is moving out of melee combat
For two
with
clerics
both
and
of
a
you.
bard, we don't have a great healing capacity.
Wait, that one's going where?
This one is attempting to run away from whatever's coming from over here.
Great.
So
Wait,
you
the
two.
blinded one?
No. Is this one blinded?
Yeah, that's one she
Oh
blinded.
yeah, it's
But-
going to try to run away. If you want to take an attack of opportunity,
I will.
if you want to, Velma also.
Oh, well,
What's that?
it's trying to run away.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's running away from over here.
Yeah, I'm taking it. Can we get advantage of this because it's growing still?
Yeah,
Sure.
just crit.
Okay,
Awesome.
so that
Yes.
that's 14. Oh, sorry.
I don't know if I should.
Stop it. Stop rolling out of this.
Wow.
Riley, learn to roll.
Riley, Jesus.
Okay. That's going to be, well, it was worth it because that's a 23.
Okay.
So,
This
All
one
life
has
is
this
sacred.
has 6 points
or
left.
22.
You have a crit and you have a 17.
Yeah.
This has 6 hit points.
I had
left.
22.
Okay. This one's gonna just immediately explode into nothing.
Here's how I like
You
to
like
imagine
you
it
like
works.
hit it with your thing and then like knocked it into my
Fly
rapier.
swatter. So we'll
I cut
take
it
these
in
off the
half.
map as well.
I didn't know we had combo moves.
Yeah.
High five.
Lucian.
Well, it feels like they're all running away right now.
The crawl are.
Oh, right. The shaman hasn't gone yet. Wait,
Shaman has not gone.
the
Yet.
shaman go before me?
Nope. Shaman goes after Astaroth.
Yep, right before me.
The ones that are attacking
yeah.
Astaroth aren't running away.
Yeah, but you guys look like
They don't
friends.
see it yet.
They're facing the other way.
They're going
wh-
to kill me.
Which one of these have taken damage?
This one is taken damage.
No, none of them have taken damage, I don't think.
Yeah, my sword.
Oh,
you
yeah,
hit them.
yeah,
Yeah.
my spiritual
This one
weapon.
has taken damage. This one is not.
Okay, great. Actually, I had to roll for my wand of magic missiles. Okay, I got a 20. Great. Just to see if it didn't explode into ash
up,
overnight.
yeah.
Okay, great. Then I gotta help my boy Astaroth here, so I'm gonna cast. You already cast Heroism on yourself, so I'm not gonna
Right.
do that. But I can cast. Speak with Dead. Oh, he's not dead yet.
Preparing, you know.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I thought I had like Sacred Armor or something. I forget what it's
Shield
called.
of Faith.
Yeah.
Thanks for the optimism,
I must not have
buddy.
prepped it. I guess I didn't prep it anymore. I do have Mass Healing Word for some reason, so I guess I'll cast that.
Okay.
Actually,
That gets all of you.
Yeah, that's a
6
good one.
creatures of my choice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do that. Mass Healing Word.
maybe useful,
Arthur
considering-
will go across over to here.
Okay.
By the way.
Oh, wait. Nope. Can't do it. I spent all my 3rd level spell slots.
Oh,
No.
Did I? What did I spend it on?
Water walking is it? Are you sure you didn't reset from the last?
Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I must have only spent one. Okay,
just go ahead and
this
do
is-
it.
This is it then.
We'll figure it out later.
It's
Great.
11 o'clock, so we do it.
Okay, 1d4.
that 11 p.m. spell slot just opened up.
Yeah.
This isn't that much, actually. So,
Yes,
great.
but it heals all of us, I guess.
3 plus 4.
So everyone heals 7 hit points.
Yeah.
All right. I almost doubled my hit points.
And
And I will also cast. This lets Astaroth take an action because I cast a spell on him, so you can make an attack immediately.
Yes, I will do that.
do it.
Order demands
Wait,
you take
orders?
action.
I get to
Command.
take an action?
Action.
No, an attack.
An attack.
An attack, okay. Because if it was an action, I'd get 2 attacks.
Right.
No, it's just one singular.
One.
Don't cheese my
singular-
system. We have rules.
14. Does that hit?
Does not hit.
Well,
The
I
crawl
tried.
have a lot of armor.
You fool! And then
It was
I
worth
will.
trying.
I will move here-ish. Yeah, on solid ground. That looks
that?
good. Yeah, I want to keep this guy within eyesight.
Awesome. It is Astaroth's turn.
Okay, Astaroth is first going to gain 3 temporary hit points.
Yay!
Oh yeah!
You're a hero.
I'm a hero, and I feel heroic. Haha, I, Astaroth, attack you, cruel. His voice does sound different.
Sure.
And I've decided when heroism is cast.
Yes.
Must be the caves doing it.
He's doing his impression of Razia when he.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we all know.
We're ready to attack. Hi, attacking me feels good.
Feel my justice, Golgari! He's going to...
I love it. I'm pro this.
He's going to attack one of them. Oh no! That's a 1.
That's cocked. No, okay.
So...
Sorry.
Your justice feels limpy.
Haha! You thought that was justice? No, this is justice. That's a 2.
Oh
A little less limpy, but still pretty limpy.
Ha! I'm still messing with you. I don't get another attack though. It was 2 plus 7, so it was a 9.
It's not hit.
However, I am going to use my my second wind to
regain some hit
gain
points.
some hit points.
Yeah.
Great.
Fair
So
enough.
I gain 14 hit points,
Good.
which is significant.
Yeah.
The shaman
Double what you had, right?
is going to see this mushroom thing and climb up here and thwap at it with its quarterstaff,
What?
attempting to deal with a threat that it feels is bigger than y'all.
Ooh.
Oh.
And it'll miss. So the deft mushroom spider thing skitters and avoids getting thwapped. Tutoru.
All right, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level on Astaroth.
Yay!
What?
So I roll this 3 times. 1, 6, let's do 8, plus 5, 8 plus 5 is 13, plus 5, so 18.
All right. I'm doing pretty good now.
Bonus? You think there was a bonus action? Bloops?
I'm up to 47, so
And
I'm
I
feeling,
moved over to do that.
Okay.
I'm feeling groovy.
And then I'm going to use my spiritual weapon to thwap
Yep, do it.
that one. 10 plus 5 is 15. 16?
Nope.
Darn it. Okay.
Heavily armored. After Tutoru's turn, the Minotaur skeleton, as you looked in this thing, is inert. It looks like it's just a pile of bones.
Okay.
The axe is still on its person.
Okay.
The mushroom here, as a familiar of whatever it is controlled by, will touch this elf being.
It has advantage too if it has a roll attack.
Oh, okay.
If that's the fairy fire still.
Ah, cool.
All right. Ooh.
And let me see how this spell works. Again.
Were all of them in Fairy Fire or just the...
Only one left for fairy fire on it is the shaman. Because the thing we killed had it and the minotaur had it.
Oh, got it.
And so a small tendril will reach out and touch that elf, and it's going to make a Constitution save with a natural 20.
Ooh.
And it's going to take half of 8d8.
Ooh.
Been there.
Blight fight.
4, 10, 16, 20. So it takes 10. Those rolls were a lot lower.
Yep.
Notice how he rolls lower when it's his
Right.
Wow, you didn't want to hurt Mushroom Guy.
And emerging from the darkness,
No, I
you
think so.
see a familiar sight. A pile of compost moving slowly out of the darkness.
I'm glad we didn't kill her by accident.
Tutoru?
No, the pile. Maya.
And as it emerges from the darkness,
That's Maya,
because
right?
of the
Marika.
Marika.
Oh, that's right.
Marika. Yeah. And because of the inelegance of televised Dungeons and Dragons, we're going to say that the appearance of Marika the Morrow is going to frighten off all of these villains, unless you want them to, unless you're trying to kill them.
I mean, I'll take
scatter.
swipes at them as they run.
Sure.
Yeah,
We'll say that you get 2 of the crawl, and the Golgari. This Golgari is going to run back into the Karozda maze of decay. So,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no.
I'm
Yeah, that's right. Run away.
And I'm gonna clap my hands for Arthur to come back to me.
okay. Arthur ran over into that little area over
Yeah.
there. Roll an investigation check for me.
Okay.
Using the cat stats.
Oh, cat stats. Sorry. So that would be what, intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then the cat got a a 5.
Okay.
Cats aren't super intelligent, apparently.
Did not
Not by hero
particularly
standards.
find anything of interest over there.
All right. Can I summon her back to me now?
You can. Okay. Lucian, in the box, you do see that shiny obsidian axe if you want it.
I'm not sure I can lift it, but Astaroth.
Ha! I will get that axe. I don't fear some skeletal minotaur.
Why are you doing this?
I don't know. The power of the Boros flows through my veins.
Obsidian battle axe. This is a berserker axe.
Berserker!
I could use a nice axe.
for you is like a berserker.
Can't say that next line.
Nope, couldn't realize I was on camera on a show. Stop doing it.
And the pile of compost reabsorbs the familiar back into it. And you've never heard this being speak before, I don't think.
Nope, we were never introduced.
And we'll just sort of sit on top and look at you all and say, "What are you all doing here?"
We're on a tour. We're showing. No,
I don't think it's gonna work anymore.
by the way, Golgari think all Azorius are cops. That's what I was going for earlier. Sorry.
Marika, right?
How do you know my name?
I knew a friend of yours. 2 friends of yours now at this point, I think.
Collect them all.
Maya and Mookie.
So do you know what I am?
I believe I do. And it's nice to finally meet you.
It's nice to meet you too, Tuturu. Didn't you say your name just now? You said I'm Tuturu, right?
She did not.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you too, Tuturu.
What?
And we'll say that that's where the episode ends for this evening.
Cool.
Ooh.
Are you? So what are you? What? So this is the entrance to Karazda, the Maze of Decay, in this direction, which we will find out soon, and so we will have all of those histrionics as we move forward. Are you doing anything in this room before you move on?
I think we might want to take.
You can do a short rest
because of
here.
because it's a short rest. So should we do it
before
now
that-
or start up with that?
Before that, I want to cup my hands and say, Feather, fight us now!
Yep.
No.
Okay, so let's do the feather battle real quick.
right now.
We have a
We're gonna
map.
go a little bit
do
late.
Yeah,
John would murder us all and get away with it.
absolutely.
Teacher would probably actually go over to the Minotaur remains and, as a Silesian member of the Conclave, commune with the nature itself and try to get the spirits to move on.
Sure.
Disturb spirits to move
It
on.
trying
it
to
certainly
undead
seems
it?
yeah,
kind
it
of,
certainly
yeah.
seems like the magic that was animating the skeleton is no longer here. So
Cool.
yeah.
You're a grave robber, Astaroth.
So
I just saw you commit a crime.
So there you go.
I told you.
The
Nice
crawl,
Arrest me and him in the same
the crawl
dungeon.
warriors
get you
do
all
have a
eventually.
couple of spears if you are interested in retrieving any of those. They're just mundane spears. And your boat is still there. Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Guess other than that, we'll just rest here
Yeah.
and
Cool.
then get ready.
Make a quick perception check just to look around the room.
I got a 15.
That was cool. It rolled off the table.
I know.
And while we're doing
That's
our
our plan,
rest,
let's do it
I'm sorry. What are we rolling again? Sorry.
Perception.
I got a 17.
Got an 8.
Because we do search the room, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. I got 18.
Yeah, you're good. So you do see that there is a small little, like, what looks like a living area
I forgot a 7.
of wherever that shaman lived
Oh,
over in the corner.
a living area. We're not going to go through with stuff.
So when we rest,
We are.
Yourself, yeah.
What the hell?
So yeah, we can do the short rest right now. What
and you
can
all get
do-
an extra 1d6 because I'm gonna do a Song of Rest.
Oh, sweet.
Yay.
And we will consider whatever conversation takes place between you and Marika tomorrow
Yes.
or later in the day next week.
Bless you, John.
Yes.
At the top of next week's episode. But for now, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for joining us. We here at the Broken Pact are just so pleased and proud to be the first Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica show here on Twitch.tv. So please go out and get your own copy of the Guildmaster's
It's
Guide
such
to
a
Ravnica.
good book.
It's amazing.
In game stores now. Visit your friendly local game store. It is a Game Informer best role-playing game release of 2018 selection, according to Google Books,
Cool.
which I found out recently. And we're just pleased as punch to be able to bring the story to you each and every week. So thank you so much. Please tell the folks at home how they can reach you.
Oh, hi there.
Ah!
Oh my God, does it look like I've just been in a pool? Because I have been sweating up a storm in this
It's like 3 or 4
It
feet
didn't until you
deep
said the
water.
word pool.
Now it does. Hey everybody, my name is Jordan Pridgeon, and you can find me on Twitter at Jordan Pigeon, where sometimes I tweet. Who knows? It's the fact that it's irregular means that it's even more of a treat when I do.
You tweeted today about Magic the Gathering.
I know, because I got new lands, all by John Avon, which I thought was very cool.
Very nice.
Beautiful, except for the foils.
Ugh, Grav hates foils. But you can also find me on Saving Throw Show, which is the channel that produces this show. I'm on our Tuesday night show, Deep Water Deep, which is on twitch.tv/official Paizo, and that's a Starfinder game, and I'm a big lizard in that, which is fun. And then on Friday nights for our Savage Worlds show on twitch.tv/Saving Throw Show, which is Wildcards ETU. Which is East Texas University.
Right.
It's been fun.
I'm Riley Silverman, which you can find on Twitter at Riley J. Silverman, Instagram at Riley Silverman. I am on the Rat Queens RPG on Hyper RPG, twitch.tv/HyperRPG every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And I'm also on the Game of Rassilon Doctor Who podcast, which is also role-playing. And I have a special thing to promote this week that I want to bring up real quickly. This coming Saturday, the 23rd, I am actually going to be on a... So I have some friends of mine who have a D&D podcast called Lost in the Multiverse, and one of their members of their podcast is actually raising money for his top surgery, and they're actually doing a 24-hour straight D&D game.
Wow.
As part
Holy
of
cow.
attempt. Their crew's coming out from New York to LA. They're going to be filming.
Oh, cool.
24 hours straight, one long game, and they're going to have guests coming in and out of the game. So I will actually be one of the guests coming in for like about 2 hours. I'm not sure when I'll be on yet, but I believe it'll be during the day on Saturday. And that will be actually happening at twitch.tv/very extremely good. And that'll be happening from 1 p.m. Pacific time on the 23rd to 1 p.m. on the 24th. And so I'm really excited to be part of that. Obviously, as a trans gamer myself, I think it's really cool to be able to use this this medium as a way to like kind of help someone
That's cool.
to make their life a little bit better. And as someone who's had to have
amazing.
trans surgery myself, I think that it's awesome. So
Yeah.
once again, that's twitch.tv/very extremely good, and that's the 23rd from 1 to 1, one day to the next.
Cool. I'm Grav. You can follow me on all the socials at double GXG. That's the word double, then GXG. And tune in Fridays. Like Jordan said, we're playing Wildcards ETU, East Texas University, in the Savage World system. 8 p.m. Pacific. He already said all the things. Just pretend I said it too. Great. Bye.
Hi, I'm Ashlyn Rose, and you can find me on Twitter at Ashlyn Rose, on Instagram at rar, it's Ashlyn, and on Twitch at twitch.tv/Ashlyn_Rose.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Ruben Bressler. You can find me everywhere on the internet at MOXREUBY. Please do check out Magic Mike's, MAGIC on Twitter for our Kickstarter that is occurring this week for a War of the Spark complete set review. Ravnica, The Broken Pact is, of course, a production of Wizards of the Coast, Saving Throw Show, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, and filmed in front of a live Dom Zook, Benevolent Overlord, which is always appreciated and is the real hero of the show. Not that there aren't a ton of heroes on the show, but I'm the only villain. In addition to the fabulous cast, Phil DeLuca, John Wells, and Emmett Fury helped me craft this adventure. My map tonight is thanks to Alexander Ward, who let me borrow some of his terrain tile, and also many of our recent maps have been from Knoxweiler Burf at Scabby Rooster. Yeah, please join our Discord, subscribe to the Saving Throw Show iTunes, go to the Saving Throw Show YouTube channel.
Check out Tinder profile.
Yep. Check out all of the programming here. Saving Throw Show is an independent channel, and so any follow, like, tweet, favorite, share, subscription helps us greatly. So please go
Very
do
much
that.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Check out all the spring break content.
Oh, yeah, spring break.
And donations still. I'm sure
Yeah,
they're gonna do.
Absolutely. And yeah, feel free to toss us a donation. And please do also join us next week for episode 7 of this season, episode 17 overall, which I've already named Mausoleum Secrets. So join us for Mausoleum Secrets next time here on Ravnica, The Broken Pact. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Now, hey, yo, you rascals with the bellies full of pie.